but look for forced entry. Look for forced entry. Look for anything out here weird. You know.
Check the back.
So check the back, please. That'd be great. And then, can I get a unit to go over? I think that's the only involved party. But can I get a unit to go over and talk to whoever is talking to Sergeant Carmona and get a statement, please. At this point, it's looking.
Is it?
Just getting statements from the people here, you know.
Okay.
Did you find the trajectory of the bullet? Okay. Okay. What else, Dave? I can't think of anything else at this point. I mean, it looks pretty self-inflicted. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome in. That was turned off. I didn't stop it. A lot of this is where they turn off their body cam while they're cop-splaining to their fellow officers. So just to let everyone know, I do have an interview in about a half hour with Sgt Dial. And here's the body-worn camera footage. And I'm gonna and this is a this was an incident that happened on September 26th or 28th of last year. So this is the body worn camera. You guys, a lot of you guys seen the my live stream. This whole thing was live streamed from my perspective, but here's the body worn camera from Sgt Dial's perspective. So let me try to get this dialed in for you guys. So yeah, welcome in, guys. This is on silent. So the body worn camera is on silent right now. I'm just going to be on silent for quite a while. When it comes off silent from here, I believe, is when the interaction happens with pigs under pressure. So this has never been released before. I do believe, I don't think so, unless the Tucson police released it. I might have shown parts of it on trying to start up the interview for the last times, but I never put the whole thing out. I don't even know if I did any of Sgt Dial's. I know I did some of Roberts and then Montaños, I think. I did that live. So just to give you a little background, I've been going to court to get these interviews done, to get the interviews done for the officers because they're trying to get me for trespassing and disorderly conduct. So that's what that interview is about today. I did a couple of the others, as you know, but this is Sgt Dial, the one that ordered us arrested. Me and Pigs Under Pressure both arrested. So they're taping off the only scene. Before the so-called auditors get here, and throughout this whole video, see how the tape expands because of us. But they just tape off just one apartment on the first floor right there in the beginning. And that's where the incident happened, in that little small area. So they start taping off the other areas once the so-called auditors show up. And then they talk about that, and you'll see that and you'll see how the scene changes and how they put up the tape and take down the tape because the auditors are now under arrest in custody. And you'll see all that. This is all done for the auditor. There's the guy with the tape putting it up. He did his job. They was going to do that one area right there. Nothing else was going to be done. And you'll see that. You'll see that change when the asshole auditors, the so-called auditors, show up. Remember, I don't name myself an auditor. They name me one. This whole thing, me and Pigs Under Pressure, that's what they call us, the auditors. Press, yes. But remember, I started my little version of cop watching after my 1993 incident. There wasn't no YouTube. There wasn't nothing. You can get a video camera and take a picture and show your friends, but that's about it. You know, few people see it. There wasn't no YouTube. Hell, there wasn't even no internet. All right, guys, there's enough in here.
I recorded. The manager said she doesn't want him on the front.
I'll just go to where the action happens. All right, there's me, there's Pup, and here it goes.
I recorded. The manager said she doesn't want him on the property, and so he's trespassing. So I asked him to leave. He said no, fuck you. So
Okay.
Sarge, can I get a word with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
I asked this gentleman here, I was very respectful with their space, never got involved with them at all. I asked him, how's every officer doing? You guys okay? Did I not, sir?
yes,
I was very, and that guy just ran up on me and just went crazy on me. Seriously, man, something wrong with that guy's head right there. He told me I'm trespassing. I said, look, man, I know he walked over there to the management and solicited that on me, but here. However, I have a guest of Michael Sagasti in these apartments right here. I literally just left this picnic table 2 seconds ago to walk around the corner.
Okay.
So
Did the
there's
manager?
this truck right there. It's got Ford right there, the brown Ford.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I'm telling you right now that there is no trespass and no management. Nobody's giving me a formal trespass. And he just look at what he did to me, dude. Look at my arm right here. He yanked my fucking arm. All right.
Did the manager tell you to leave?
No, not at all. No, sir. Hey man, this guy's fucking crazy. Just walk away, dude.
Okay, so right there, guys, Chandler went back to get his gimbal. He walked him halfway down the place. I'm still standing there filming what's going on, live streaming it, as you guys remember. And then Officer Chandler went and got his gimbal back on the car, and then he came back. And as he's coming back, his gimbal's still going. All that audio is caught real loud on there. He tells me I'm going to go in handcuffs next, and I was never asked to leave by the manager. The manager never even knew I was there. So that's what's happening right now. They're ordering me to leave. And I'm halfway there. I ain't saying nothing. I was just standing there filming them. And when they made me go all the way to the sidewalk, that's when I had to go down and protest and then yell louder because I'm way down to the sidewalk where they made me go. So here we go.
There.
Don't damage my equipment, sir. Don't set it on someone else's hood, too. I'd rather just sit it right here in the dirt. I don't want to scratch the
Set it in the dirt. Set it in the dirt.
Yeah, I don't want to scratch
That's fine.
it. I don't want to
You
scratch
know, it seems like it would be safer on the hood, but if he wants it in the dirt, he can have it in the dirt.
That's my property. This is somebody else's. This is not my property. I don't want to disrespect somebody else's property.
Raw Dog likes it in the dirt.
So you understand you have to leave.
It's better in the
Please
dirt.
have your name and your badge number and your name and badge number. You're the supervising officer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I need both of your information. I need your card as well. I do
I'll give it to you.
understand. You know
You
what?
understand?
From this point on, I'm going to invoke the fifth because you already put me in handcuffs, man.
So at this point, you got to leave. Okay? Fair enough. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're making it harder for him to get it off.
Information now.
Chandler 48788. There you go.
No, I need your card for your policy. I need your card for your policy. And I'm leaving. I just need your card.
I'll write it down for you. Actually, I don't even have business cards for you, okay?
That's per your
All
policy.
right.
You're supposed to, sir. You're a supervising officer.
There is no general order that says we shall
Look
have.
at what he just did to me. He damaged me. I am a victim here. You are supposed to protect and serve. Thank you, man. You were fucking awesome. And you, wait a minute. Yeah, it was you. Thank you for the way you acted over there. Your cordialness and everything else will get you on my way in life. This guy is a fucking nasty son of a bitch. He is endangering every one of your lives daily by what he's doing. Look at what he did to me, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, sir. Can I have that piece of paper, please? Because I'm out of here.
I'm not. I'm actually not done. I'm writing more info down
Thank
for you.
you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right.
This is definitely going to be a complaint, man. 100%. And I'd like to commend this gentleman right here. What's your name? Aguilar. Officer Aguilar. I would like to commend this gentleman right here if possible. If I could put in a good commendment for you, let me know how to do that. I know how to file complaints. I don't know how to commend.
What's your
you.
PR?
105240.
What is it?
105-240.
You know what? Thank you for being nice to the public. Man. You were cool as hell, man. I told you I'll stay here. I won't cross. Everything was cool. That guy's a psychopath, bro.
Okay, I'll review his body on camera footage.
Thank you.
All right, but I'm not going to make you any promises.
Now,
okay?
so I can't go back and tell this guy that I'm leaving now, right?
No.
I'll call him. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to stop
call
recording
him.
until I leave, though.
Just call
So
it.
now, am I formally trespassed? Do I get my formal trespass from the management, or can I just come back tomorrow, or how does that work? Do I have to wait till you guys leave?
So the bottom line is that when the way trespassing works in apartment complexes, okay? All right, you are allowed to, people are allowed to have guests, okay? So that means you have to go straight there and leave. You can't linger, you can't be in any common areas, because the common areas are owned by the apartment complex. Everybody here has, you can let me talk or you can interrupt.
I'm listening.
Okay. They have a right to their unit, so they can have guests, okay? Which means you have a right to go straight to their unit, all right? And then, thank you. So you have a right to visit people.
And be on any public space.
But no, you don't. See, that's the difference. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that the public space is owned by the apartment complex. They can trespass people from the public spaces, which is what they're doing. Okay? So if you're here to visit somebody, then you got to go straight to their place, and then when you're done visiting, you got to leave. If you're found loitering on any of the public spaces, they can call 911 and have you arrested. All right?
They don't even need to call 911. You tire folks and just beat me up and do this over nothing. I never
guys have a camera?
I never got a formal complaint from right here.
So, can you take some pictures of his wrists? You want us to take pictures of those?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Title 18 of the United States Code. Title 18, Section 241. Deprivation of rights under color of law. You understand me? Title 18, United States Code, Section 241. Read up on it. Deprivation of rights under color of law is what just happened. And conspiracy to violate rights. You guys conspired to violate my rights together as a group. You guys will be sued as a whole. You all will be on a claim. I mean, not you, sir. Your demeanor was awesome. You being the supervising officer, you should have controlled that psychopath.
We'll see you in court.
Oh, really?
Well, you just said you're going to sue us.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in court.
So you don't care, right? Do you want to make any changes with them at all?
I told you I was going to do a review. That's what I'm going to tell you.
I mean, you can review it right here. I was doing a constitutionally protected activity. The manager never told me to leave. So
Do you want to give me your phone number so I can tell you what the results of that review is?
I honestly will call in. And
Okay.
you want to give me a case number then? You want to give me a case number? Because I'll call in. You can give me a case number, that'd be awesome. What's your name, by the way? Dial? Dial?
Yep.
You know, you're being pretty
225.
cordial.
Sorry, what's that?
You're being pretty cordial, and I do appreciate that, but you need to run the lip on that, man.
What's the call number associated with this?
His information is right here, right?
What's the date?
Today's 27.
26. No.
26?
26.
Yeah, 9/26, 22. Holy shit. It's fucked up, man. Thank you very much.
So you got my name and badge number. That's the case number based on the incident that we're working here today.
Okay.
I can't tell you a lot about the incident, but I can tell you that it's kind of sad, very personal for the family.
I know some
All right.
I do understand that. I've been shot 7 times with a 45 and my kneecaps. I've been shot both my kneecaps as a kid. I do understand being shot is painful.
Okay.
So,
Do you have any questions for me?
you know what? I do have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna let you guys get back to your job. And
I'd appreciate that because we have some grieving family on that
I
side,
understand that.
so I'd like to go deal with that.
I'm gonna get back off of this property, and you need to fucking have a talk with that dude, man. I'm dead serious. I am gonna
Hey, are you with that guy?
What happened?
He's starting a fight with somebody else. No, he didn't. I saw what happened. He did not. I saw what happened.
So watch right there, guys. Okay, he says he saw what happened. He says that so many times, and we're going to find out the interview actually what he saw, because he was saying there that that Pigs Under Pressure was facing the other way when it happened. He was running towards it when it happened. Watch.
You need to fucking have a talk with that dude.
He was facing the right direction.
I'm gonna
Hey, are you with that guy?
What happened?
He's starting a fight with somebody else. No, he didn't. I saw what.
So he was facing that way the whole time. When he yelled this, he was just assaulted him. He was facing towards me. The other Sgt Dial did not see what's going on, but he did. It is clear on this. He also said the auditor's starting the fight. You know, like he saw me start a fight. Everyone knows what happened. I was live streaming it. The only fight that was started was the assault by the nipple ring guy. That's that security, not security, but he claimed to be law enforcement, but he's a corrections officer for Pima County Corrections Officer. The other people I'm suing. Here we go.
Are you with that guy?
What happened?
He's starting a fight with somebody else. No, he didn't. I saw what happened. He did not. I saw what happened. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
So you heard me say all that, and then you heard me say, hey, come on out here. I was talking to Pigs Under Pressure. I was waiting for him to get undetained and just get on this side of the sidewalk, you know, on my side, you know, on the street. And he did that because he was still standing there a little bit, and he walked right off to the sidewalk. That's all I was trying to say. Come on, get off out of the blacktop and get on the sidewalk. And that's what's happening right now. And then we was going to leave. I was just waiting for him. The only reason I was there protesting, you know, yelling Tucson police suck and protesting was because they just kidnapped Pigs Under Pressure. And if you saw the live streams and stuff, he ripped Chandler ripped his badge off and wanted to fight Pigs Under Pressure, you know, with handcuffs on. because he said something about if without that badge you wouldn't do this. So stupid Chandler rips off his badge, and then he wants to fight a guy in handcuffs, thinking that now that you don't have the badge, that's gonna pigs under pressure would probably still be able to kick his ass, even in handcuffs. So, but that's what was happening right there.
Bye. We're going to need a couple of units to the entrance of the apartment complex, the west side. Reference these auditors causing fights.
That was a radio call. Reference auditors causing fights. Now he's saying both of us are causing the fight. When you guys all know who started the fight, it was that no shirt guy with nipple rings.
This property with a gun, I will arrest you. Okay? Do you understand that? You need to leave. You need to leave or I'll book you. You need to leave or I'll book you. If I arrest him, I'm arresting him for disorderly conduct. You understand? And I don't have to explain anything to you. Okay? You guys need to leave the property right now. You want to bet?
First Amendment protected. If you want to criminalize First Amendment protected activity, go right ahead. Now, what that guy did, that's a crime. He assaulted me.
So, I saw what happened.
He assaulted me.
No, I saw what happened.
Live stream.
See, that's what, the fourth and fifth time where he said, I saw what happened. I saw what happened.
Okay. You guys understand that you're keeping us from an actual crime scene? All you guys got to do is leave. Yeah, I know, and your buddy went off handle. Can you help us, help this poor family, and just get him out of here? You are preventing us from helping this poor family, and you know what happened, right? So can you please help us help this family? Because we're here. We're not there. We're here because of him. No, it's not happening that way.
He should be in handcuffs. That's assault. You know the difference? He walked right up to my face. I was on the public sidewalk up there. He walked up and slapped the phone out of my hand. That's what he did. He didn't have the phone in my hand. That's assault. You guys understand what assault is? He should be in handcuffs. If you got to do your job, you grab your camera handcuffs, but you didn't come back and assault me. You see the problem here?
Okay, so here's the bottom line. I heard everything you said. Here's the bottom line. I heard everything you said. Okay? I heard you screaming. All right? Yeah, but I heard you screaming so loud from over there that if he wants to prosecute, I'm arresting you for disorderly conduct. You understand?
I'm on a public sidewalk. He walked up to me and slapped the phone out of my hand.
Oh.
What are you going to arrest me for? I'm going to witness your dereliction of duty right now.
Go ahead.
I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you. I said, Tucson, please stop.
Yeah, you don't have to be yelling and disturbing these people.
Brother Tucker. They call me Tuck. So why don't you go back inside? I'm in a public sidewalk. How do you run if you guys? If that guy didn't come out and assault him, if you let him go, I would be gone. But you detained him in handcuffs, but you didn't detain the guy that assaulted me. Don't you understand that? Huh? You understand?
Here's the bottom line, okay?
I don't let him go on a public sidewalk.
Here's the bottom line. You don't have a right to disturb their peace. Just leave, guys. Help us help this family out. Just leave, all right?
Hey, he lives right there, right? He lives right there. Hey, he lives right there, right?
Man, you're not making it any better.
Don't post my property while I work for law enforcement. That'd be a very bad idea.
Dude, you're looking the worst thing, man. Shut up. Shut up. You're gonna get a subpoena, you stupid fuck. Don't attack people like that.
I pay rent right here.
All right, that's it. We're gonna have to hook both these guys up. So, yeah, no, we're gonna do. Does he want to prosecute for disorderly
No,
conduct?
he doesn't want to prosecute.
He doesn't want to prosecute.
He doesn't want to prosecute now.
Pull a new case number.
See, the guy said, I don't want to prosecute, and then change his mind 1/2 of a second later.
All right, and for the DOC here.
Watch out your keys.
Oops. Pull a new case number for the DOC.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys.
You taking them both?
Do we have good ID on them?
I don't. But I mean, we think you're pointing at him, right? We
Yeah.
checked on the other guy. I forget what his name is, though.
I forgot his name too, but he's a regular auditor. So. To you, 5. Just if they start to fight or anything, let us handle it, okay?
No, I'm off work. I don't want no.
No, I know.
I just don't want. I got my 10-year-old son in town.
Let me get one more unit to the entrance here. Reference the case number he just pulled.
You gotta stop this road, you big guy, man. You gotta stop. You gotta talk this out. This is ridiculous, man.
So,
Bro, I left the property when you said. Come on, man. I left the property when you said.
No.
I even ran off.
Yeah.
Why am I in handcuffs again, sir?
well, because you had the opportunity to leave.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
but even though you're in a public space, which you were, you still decided to scream obscenities.
No, I did not. I did not yell at you.
It's on camera, man. It's on
Bro,
camera.
I did.
It's on your camera too. You're screaming obscenities upstairs to them in our presence. You did not.
Remember, Pigs Under Pressure wasn't screaming obscenities at all. You know, if anyone, it was me, so-called saying freedom of speech stuff. I was yelling, Tucson, please suck, and maybe stupid fat piggy. I might have said fucking piggies, but I think that's about it. But it was always me. It never was him, and that they're arresting him because I was screaming obscenities to the pigs that arrested him, you know, and then ripped their badge off and did that. That's why I was protesting on the sidewalk, because of what they did to Pigs Under Pressure. And I would do that for anybody. When I'm out with somebody cop watching, I'll do that for anybody. I left and went to a public place where they said, and then I waited about 5 minutes before I started my protest. I thought he was still detained. I know he was out of handcuffs, but I thought he was still detained. That's why I started protesting. He was standing there getting their badge numbers and all that kind of stuff. I know that later that he was already free to go. They was just writing down all the badge numbers. But at that time, I didn't know that. So I was going to protest until they let him go. And remember, he was my ride, you know. We was riding in his truck.
I need to do that, man. So here's the bottom line.
I never said anything to the guy.
Here's the bottom line. Okay, you can take that to court. I'll see you in court. Here's the bottom line: is you're gonna get a disorderly conduct ticket for today. For your you could have left. We were done, man. We were done. And then instead, you come up here and you start screaming obscenities at them in our presence. You are aggravating the situation. You're preventing us from helping this poor family that just had a death. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're getting a ticket, okay? And if you decide not to sign the ticket, book you all day long, and I'll put your camera into property. You hear me? This is your chance to sign it and walk away and let us go about our business, helping this poor family.
I can't put the cigarette in my pocket, brother. When I knock that cherry out in my pocket, that's what I know.
Man, I'll take care of it.
I'm not gonna litter in front of you, brother.
We're not gonna hit you for that or anything.
No, you just got me for fucking disorderly conduct for free speech. You're turning a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. That is the pure definition of violation of USC Title 18, Section 241, 242, conspiracy to violate my rights.
All right,
You
let's,
just conspired to violate my
hey,
rights.
Chandler.
Like nothing but love,
They're
man.
detaining him over there. He might need a car. If he doesn't want to walk back here. So, disorderly conduct, 1 count. Disorderly conduct, 1 count. Victims are the gentleman with no shirt and the gentleman with the orange shirt. We do need to investigate possible assault, although I saw the altercation.
Although he saw the altercation, so count the times that he says that he saw it.
I don't think it's there, but we'll document it and see if it's something we need to arrest for. But
Is it assault? I'm a witness.
no, you weren't. You were facing me when I saw it happen.
I see this hammer on the fucking ground. Why do you think I ran over there?
So remember, he was facing me. He was running towards it. About halfway down is when he actually slapped the phone out of my hand. So he was in a position to see it, and Sgt Dial wasn't. If he did, he didn't see it. If he was in the angle to see it, but actually Pup was running, kind of covering it up a little bit because he was running that direction right towards me. So.
Guy's a bad cop. 929. Cop car 929.
We switch cars all the time.
September 26th. Trust me, you guys got a log. I get into them all the time. Everything you drive, where you live, how much you make, everything about you guys is all public information. So
I know.
it's no problem to file federal lawsuits.
Go for it. Won't be my first.
I know. No, it probably won't be your last either, the way you're acting and the way you're running this crew, brother.
Dude, all I did, man, all I wanted to do was go back there and help that poor family, dude. Instead, here I am.
Sir, I've already invoked the fifth.
Look at Mr. John Doe. I mean, he can have his citation and walk, but if he refuses to ID himself, we don't have a choice. I mean, we're going to have him fingerprinted his jail.
Right here. It's kind of hard to reach for anything, brother. I'm not a flight risk, and I'm not a fucking risk of assault on you guys. If you guys want to unhandcuff me, I'll be a little cooperative. Right now, I am already detained.
I can't believe that, man.
Basically, I am detained. Dude, have I ran from you or anything? Do I seem like a threat to you?
So, then what's your name and your info so we can get you a ticket and get you out of here, okay?
Yeah, man.
Roy Triple. Man. How long you been on the force there, Sarge, huh? Manager?
I just had to fast forward during his date of birth.
20 years? About to retire soon?
23. Not even close to retirement.
Not even close to retirement, huh? You're not going to take your first retirement and get back on the force? So you've been around since the nasty ones, huh?
Actually, it doesn't work.
But notice, you heard him say his name. So right there, he gave his name and date of birth. And remember, they book him in as John Doe, and they give him a failure to, they give him a ticket for that too. You know, failure to identify, which is bullshit because he told him his name at least a couple times. You'll see more. I'm going to try to, and his date of birth. In Arizona, you don't have to give your date of birth at all. All you have to do is give your true full name. That's all. That's ARS 13-2412. And all you have to do is give your true full name when detained. I wish it was arrested like Texas, but you just got to be lawfully detained for a crime to have to show your ID here. And not show your ID, I'm sorry, give your true full name. That's all you have to do.
That way anymore. They changed the rules. So you can't get automatically rehired. It doesn't work that way.
You know Peterson?
Which one?
The one with the dog.
Yeah.
How about, I can't think of his name right now. This guy's pumping pressure.
The dog or the officer?
No, the officer.
Okay.
I would say big, but I'm in pain right now. So I don't want to incite you.
Hey, Roy, I don't want to sign that citation for you.
I can't do it with my hands when I'm
No,
back here.
once we get it all settled that, man, I print that citation.
Under threat of arrest, I have no choice. I'm saying, no, he did. Your sergeant did, sir. You got any bars?
Well, you're under arrest. So there's two forms of arrest in Tucson.
Okay.
And so there's the field release arrest, unless it's like a domestic violence charge, that's a mandatory booking. All right. And then, which I'd like to do, I would like to field release you and have you, all you're doing, you're not, it even says on the ticket, you're not admitting any guilt. You're just promising to appear on your court date. All right. And then there's the full booking, you know, for the same charge. So if you are telling me that you're going to sign that citation, I will.
Under duress, sir, I will.
Then as soon as we get it printed, we'll get you out of here, okay?
This is a very bad move, man. You guys made a horrible mistake here, man. You really did. You need to really study the federal laws, man, and deprivation of rights under color of law. Title 18, Section 241 is conspiracy to violate rights. Title 18, Section 242 is what you're doing right now. It's punishable up to death. It literally is. If there's an injured party, it's punishable up to death. But I know on a state level you guys don't care, and that's why they don't teach you the Constitution. They just make you swear an oath to it, and you are violating your oath right now. Your oath is garbage right now. You swore to uphold and protect the United States Constitution. And what you're doing right now is you are turning a constitutionally protected activity into a crime, and you are allowing your fellow officers to do it, which brings you to the conspiracy level. And I know you don't care what I'm saying. I'm just trying to educate you, brother. Please look into it, dude. You've been here for 23 years. Maybe you can show these youngsters how to not act in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I think we're doing pretty well. He's new on the department. You actually really like his demeanor, right?
I actually do.
Yeah, so I don't think we're doing all that bad.
But you know what? What I don't like is yours. You're his lead officer. You're his lead patrol officer.
Well, you know what? Everything I told you is 100% true, and he can vouch for that. I'm not lying to you. I'm just being straight to the point, man.
I'm not lying to you either. And everything I said is 100% true.
Okay, good.
As far as federal law.
Then I hope to see you in court, and I hope, and I'll tell you what'll happen is if we go to court on this charge or whatever, all right, and you tell that to the judge, and the judge tells me I'm wrong, I will shake your hand and I'll tell you you were right. But as of right now, I'm enforcing, all right, Arizona law. Okay, for disorderly conduct. You had every opportunity to leave, man, and I wish you would have.
It's on a public sidewalk. I don't have to leave there.
Well, you can also cause a disturbance from a public sidewalk, and that's what you're being arrested for.
Those guys were solicited the crime against me. You guys went over there and peeled those victims off. They didn't call you guys because they were being victimized by me. I simply went over there just like you have your fucking brother's back right here when something happens to him. If I go slap something off his chest, you're going to run to his aid. I ran to his aid, but I didn't make any violent moves. I just told that guy, back up. You back up. You're making a mistake. That's all I said. I never fucking called him a piece of shit. I never did any of that. You know what I mean? You can ask that big boy over there. I gotta wipe my nose on something, man. You wipe it on this wall.
You're always supposed to wipe your nose on the piggy's shirt.
This is bad, man. This is very
Never
bad.
do it on the wall.
You guys are supposed to
Blue shirts are the best for that.
not harass and collect.
Wipe your nose on the
Can you get
piggies.
a car to cut him a ticket so we can get him out of here?
Yep.
Okay.
Find it. Oh, what car are we in? What number is it? Do you remember?
Where is it? Is it on the other side?
It's on the other side.
Well, what about?
I can go get it real
Yeah.
quick.
No. Yeah, dude. If we can just get it all done as fast as possible to get him out of
I
here,
don't think he's gonna walk over here without.
we're all
over here.
we're all in the heat. So let's get out. Let's get out of here. You want to go under the shade there, man, somewhere?
No, sir. I'd rather stay on this public property because you guys are to trespass me.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
don't want to violate the orders that you just gave me. However, I would like to have these handcuffs off. I mean, that would be nice. I'm not a flight risk. I'll give you my fucking wallet to hold on to.
It's alright, man.
We will
It's not all right.
we will release you when you're officially field released. As of right now, you're still under arrest.
Still detained unlawfully. I got you.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to go try to help out, bust out some tickets real quick or something like that. That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll just walk into that car then. We'll do both tickets in.
Okay, fair enough. Would you mind walking to that car?
I'm good, brother.
You want him to take that?
I'll hold it.
Okay.
Just as long as you don't screw it as a weapon or something. We will be talking, man. And you know what? I'm going to hold you to what you said after our court.
I'm gonna go. Are you guys going forward with him then? And the other guy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the scene then.
You got it, sir.
I make sure he has all the case numbers, names and badge numbers that he wants. Okay?
I'm going to hold you to the handshake.
And I hope you
I'm not
do.
bullshit, man.
And I'm not bullshitting you
Yeah,
either,
you're
man. And so far, every time I've been to federal court and someone has tried to sue me for that, they've all lost.
But you know why? Because it's in Washington. It's
Oh. little too private, man. I can't tell you. It's only localized to one apartment, though. It's okay. Yeah. Two five. Any units that have any interaction with the auditors, please cut us up. I don't know, do we really need this closed anymore? I think we could probably shrink it down to the apartment, right? Yeah, let's take it down.
So this is another proof they only put this tape up because of us. And now watch. He's saying to take it down because all the auditors are gone. Now watch what else he says. Watch.
Let's just shrink it down to the apartment.
As long as those auditors don't come over here anymore.
Well, we got 4 units out with them right now.
Or do you want to keep this up just in case they do come back?
We'll shrink it down to the apartment.
Shrink it down?
Because honestly, if they were to show up at the apartment, that gives me more reason to arrest them for the new statute. Actually, you know what? We were done and we weren't going to arrest anybody. And then he came back.
So you see there, if they do come back, we'll just arrest them. So all that extra tape was just for us. And everything happened inside one little apartment, and that's all they had taped up before we got there.
And started screaming, and then, so we're doing them both for DOC for disturbing the neighbors who had nothing to do with anything if those guys weren't there in the corner. So, but yeah, it's the typical auditor stuff, the, federal code, this and that, are you aware of that? You're illegally detaining me,
Yep, see there, now he turns it off, and this is going to be off for a long time. They should be calling in soon from the interview, but all the rest of this, the volume's off for a whole bunch of it. He turns it back on when he goes back out to us, for quite a while. So it really shows you, it shows you they're really not doing nothing here. And they have all these man hours on us out there on the front for doing nothing but filming them. Remember, this thing started by them saying there's a man out front with a black shirt, blue jeans, and video recording. That's the 4 things they said. And then he rushed out there to do what he did to Pigs Under Pressure. That was Chandler. Hello.
Hi, this is Sgt Dial.
Yes.
Hi there. So, I am ready for the interview.
All right. You ready to do the interview?
Yes.
I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry, I don't know why. Let me hold the phone closer. Okay?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me take some background noise down. All right. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
All right. I guess I can hear you a little bit, but just not very loud. I got it turned up all the way, though.
I don't know what I could do better.
Let's see here. All right. I guess I just turned off my fan, my air conditioner. It'll shut down in a second, and I'll be able to probably hear you a little better. All right, could we start? Just start with your name and your badge number, please.
It's Dustin Dial BWC 41820.
Okay, and how long have you worked for the Tucson Police Department?
Approximately 24 years.
Okay, and how long have you been a sergeant?
Approximately a year and a half.
Okay, and would you say as a sergeant that you know more about the general orders and a better understanding of them than most of the people under you?
I'd say I have a good knowledge of them.
Okay, so let's start. This is our fifth time we tried to interview, correct?
I haven't counted them.
Okay, we had 3 phone interviews that were canceled at the last minute, and then we had 1 interview where I came down to the Tucson Police Department, correct?
Correct.
So, and that was the 4th one at the Tucson Police Department, right?
I'm here to answer questions about the incident.
Yes. Well, this is all part of the incident. I'm just trying to get it across. This is our 5th attempt to interview, correct?
I'm not going to answer any questions about the interviews. I'm here to answer questions about the incident.
You can't even tell me why you missed the first interview or the second one?
No, because it's not relevant to the incident in the court case.
Well, it's relevant to this case because I've been trying to get this interview done for over 2 months now, and it's just I'm the one. I mean, I was there. It was you that didn't show up, correct?
No, I was there right in front of you.
Oh, I'm talking about on the 3 phone interviews.
I'm not going to argue with this with you. Either we're going to talk about the incident or not.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking questions. So the on your general orders, can I ask you a few questions about your general orders?
You can ask anything you want.
Okay, then. Well, that's what I was just doing. So anyway, so your general orders. Do you agree that the United States Constitution is the basis for and provides the guidelines and principles of conduct of law enforcement personnel and conduct with members of the public? Do you agree with that?
Decline. Next question.
I just read your general orders. You agree that that's your general orders? Do you know that?
Decline. Next question.
You decline. Why would you decline to ask the simple question?
Because you're not asking me about the incident that we have court on.
I'm asking you about your general orders.
If you have an issue and you believe I violated general orders, you contact OPS.
Okay. Did you already get investigated by OPS for this circumstance?
For the incident?
For this incident, did you get investigated by Office of Professional Standards?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the finding on that? Do you know?
All your claims were found unfounded. No discipline.
Okay. And then was that an interview with them recorded on video, or how was that done?
You can ask them. Mark, listen, you need to focus. I'm only going to answer questions about the incident. Okay?
This is about the incident. I'm asking you questions about this incident.
No, you're not. You're trying to grill me on general orders.
Yes, and
You can read general orders just as well as I can.
okay. Are there any? Do you agree?
This is not going anywhere. You're either going to ask me questions about the incident before court purposes.
I'm trying to do some basic stuff first. If you want to jump, I'm going to come back to that. Let's jump right into the meat and potatoes. Then, okay. Did you review your body worn camera?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you have that with you?
I can bring it up. Yeah.
Or do you have my live stream on right now?
No, I do not.
Okay, if you could bring it up, I could put it on that for you. But if you would go to 1317 on your body worn camera video.
Okay.
Per your policy.
And let me know when you're there.
Okay, I'm there.
All right. Go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and play that for about a few seconds.
I was recording. The manager said she doesn't want him on the property, and so he's trespassing. So I asked him to leave. He said no, fuck you. So
Okay.
Okay, stop right after Chandler stopped speaking.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What did Chandler just tell you?
He told me the manager asked him to leave, and Chandler did as well, and Mr. Triploni refused.
Yeah, and he said no, fuck you. He said Triploni said no, fuck you. Correct.
Correct.
All right. Is it against? I know you can lie to the public. I was wondering, is it against Tucson Police policy to lie to your sergeant or a sergeant?
I think you know the answer to that, Mark. There's no policy that allows lying.
Okay, so you're not his sergeant directly, are you?
No.
But you're a sergeant to who on the scene? Roberts and Aguilar, I believe, right?
At that moment, no, I'm not.
Oh, you wasn't the sergeant to Roberts?
No.
Okay. Who on the scene was you a sergeant to?
Corrigan and Benitez and Gunn. And I believe that, yeah, if you're talking about my squad that I was assigned at that moment.
Yeah. Okay. And none of them came out to the street, huh? They stayed there at the apartment?
Correct.
All right. All right. So, did you ever see me or Roy cross the your crime tape?
No.
Okay. And after watching that that video you got on right now, do you see me in the orange shirt standing there?
Standing where?
You haven't stopped right now. Right after Chandler said what he said, you haven't stopped right now. Like at 13 and 26 seconds. Can you go to there?
Yes, I can see you standing there.
Okay. And I'm in an orange shirt, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And do you remember when I was standing right there, if I was ever yelling or saying anything?
You were saying something, and that's why Roy told you to leave.
No. Okay. Okay. So, but right now when I'm standing right there, I wasn't saying nothing. When do you know what made me start talking?
I don't know what made you start.
Okay. Hit your start from 13. Let's see here. So do you remember Chandler going back and getting his gimbal?
Yes.
So because he left it on the hood of his car and marched him down to this spot, correct?
I don't know where he got it from.
Yeah, so he walked away to the north, and then got it, and then came back. Correct?
Yes.
And so when he came back, you remember what he said to me,
Who?
Sergeant Chandler, when he was walking back with the gimbal. That gimbal was recording. So and your recording should have caught it too. You can hear him saying it, but do you know what he said to me that made me start talking?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, go ahead and hit your camera, or go ahead and click on your play again. Are you at 1226 now?
No, but I can get there.
Yeah, start at 1226 and go forward.
1226 or 1326?
I'm sorry, you're right, 1326. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm watching it.
Sergeant, I got a word with you.
Sure.
I'll keep them.
You can ask this gentleman here. I was very respectful with their space. Never got involved with them at all. I asked him, "How's every officer doing? You guys okay?" Did I not, sir?
Yes.
I was very, and that guy just ran up on me and just went crazy on me. Seriously, man, something wrong with that guy's head right there. He told me I'm trespassing. I said, "Look, man, I know he walked over there to the management and solicited that on me, but here, however, I have a guest at Michael Sagasta Indy's apartment right here. I literally just left this picnic table 2 seconds ago to walk around the corner.
Okay.
So
Did the
there's
manager?
this truck right there. Step forward right there, the ground floor.
Okay.
So
There.
All right, go ahead and stop. And tell me what number you at now.
I'm at 1425.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. Let's see. So go back to 1402.
Okay.
Okay, up until that point, to right now, you never heard me say anything, right? I'm just standing there recording, right?
Up to that point to right now.
Yeah, up to 1402.
No, I don't remember you saying it.
Yeah, so okay, I'm going to continue on from 1402. Can you do that too?
Sure.
I'm telling you right now that there is no trespass and no management. Nobody's giving me a formal trespass. And he just, look at what he did to me, dude. Look at my arm right here. He yanked my fucking arm.
Did the manager tell you to leave?
No, not at all. No, sir.
Okay, stop it at 1417.
Okay.
Okay, so at 1417, right to that point right there, I didn't say anything, did I?
Not that I recall.
Okay, so the first thing I say is I'm responding to, I want you to go forward. I'm responding to Chandler because he says I'm going in cuffs next, and the manager asked me to leave, something to that effect. See if you can hear that good. It's really audible by the gimbal he's holding, and I can hear it with yours too, but I have to turn it up loud because I don't hear very good. So at 1417, go ahead and hit play from there.
Hey, man, this guy's fucking crazy. Just walk away, dude. Trust me.
Here.
Don't damage my equipment, sir. Don't say.
Okay, stop it at 1428. Are you at 1428?
Yeah.
Okay, so Roy just said, he just said that guy's crazy and he told me to go on, correct?
I think you said exactly that.
Well, yeah, so yeah, tell me what he said.
Just walk away. Trust me.
Yeah, yes. So he said, just walk away, just trust me. Okay, so when he said that, just walk away, just trust me, I'm talking, am I really loud right there?
I mean, you're loud enough for my camera to pick you up, but
Yeah.
I can't exactly make out what you're saying now through my.
Yeah. So I'm probably just about as loud as probably you were or Roy were or anybody. when I was answering him, correct?
Sure.
And
I mean,
and did you hear him say that he's going to put me in cuffs?
no, I couldn't make that out.
Yeah. Okay, so but you heard, so what part did you hear about the manager that you've been, or whatever?
You got to be more specific.
So what else did he say? What can you hear him say on your body worn camera that I just played?
I'm not going to like word for word, and you can easily watch it. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see if you can hear it too. This is your body worn camera. I'm just trying to see, because he says that I'm going to put you in cuffs if you don't leave, he said to me. So when he said that, so at that point, I left, right?
I'll have to review the camera. I don't believe you left right away.
So, okay, go ahead and continue and look for when I left.
On someone else's hood too. I'd rather just sit right here in the dirt. I don't want to scratch the
Set it in the dirt. Set it in the dirt.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
scratch
fine.
the I don't want to
You know,
scratch
it seems like it would be safer on the hood, but if he wants it in the dirt, he can have it in the dirt.
That's my property. This is somebody else's. This is not my property. I don't want to disrespect somebody else's property, man.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay, stop it at 1444.
Okay.
Okay, at 1444, you can see me walking away, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking away from there. Okay. To this point right here, was I ever loud?
I don't recall you saying anything at all.
Yes, exactly.
As you're walking away.
Yes, I wouldn't say nothing. I walked all the way to the public sidewalk, correct?
I mean, you were out of my sight for a while. That's where you ended up, so I assume so.
Yeah. So go ahead and, are you at 1444?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and play from there.
So you understand you have to leave.
Can I please have your name and your badge number and your name and badge number? You're the supervising officer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I need both of your information. I need your card as well. I do
I'll give it
understand.
to you.
You know
You
what?
understand?
From this point on, I'm going to invoke the fifth because you already put me in handcuffs, man.
So at this point, you got to leave. Okay. Fair enough.
Go ahead and stop it at 1503.
Okay.
Okay, and you just told him you got to leave. Fair enough, correct?
Right.
Okay. So right now, right before that, you saw me kind of go out of sight. So I'm walking towards the sidewalk. I know I walk real slow. I'm an old guy, but I was walking towards the sidewalk the whole time, correct?
You must have been because you got there.
Yeah. So, because once I got to the sidewalk, once I got there, you never saw me come back on the properties from that point on, did you?
I personally did not. No.
Yes. You have any reason to believe that I did once I reached the sidewalk?
No, I have no reason to believe you didn't either because you were out of my sight.
Yes. Okay. So, but when you saw me finally, I was on the sidewalk. When you eventually would start walking towards me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 1503, and to this point at 1503, you can say I was never loud, and now I'm close to the sidewalk, or I'm walking there and almost on the sidewalk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and have you click it forward, and I want you to stop when you do hear me the next time. We're at 1503 right now, and I want you to stop it when you start to hear me yell the next time. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing right now.
Hold still. Hold still. Hold still.
I'm fine.
You're making it harder for him to get it off.
Information now.
Chandler 48788. There you go.
No, I need your card for your policy. I need your card for your policy. and I'm leaving. I just need your card.
I'll write it down for you. Actually, I don't even have business cards for you, okay?
That's per your
All
policy.
right.
You're supposed to, sir. You're a supervising officer.
There is no general order that says we shall
Look at
have.
what he just did to me. He damaged me. I am a victim here. You are supposed to protect and serve. Thank you, man. You were fucking awesome. And you, wait a minute. Yeah, it was you. Thank you for the way you acted over there. Your cordialness and everything else will get you on my way in life. This guy is a fucking nasty son of a bitch. He is endangering every one of your lives daily by what he's doing. Look at what he did to me, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, sir. Can I have that piece of paper, please? Because I'm out of here.
I'm actually not done. I'm writing more info down
Thank
for
you.
you,
I
okay?
appreciate that.
All right.
This is definitely going to be a complaint, man. 100%. And I'd like to commend this gentleman right here. What's your name?
Officer Aguilar.
Officer Aguilar. I would like to commend this gentleman right here if possible. If I can put in a good commendment for you, let me know how to do that. I know how to file complaints. I don't know how to commend.
What's your
you.
PR?
105240.
What is it?
105-240.
You know what? Thank you for being nice to the public, man. You were cool as hell, man. I told you I'll stay here. I won't cross. Everything was cool. That guy's a psychopath, bro.
Okay, I'll review his body-worn cameras with it.
Thank you.
All right, but I'm not going to make you any promises.
Now,
okay?
so I can't go back and tell this guy that I'm leaving now, right?
No.
I'll call him. I don't give a shit. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
just
stop
call
recording until I leave, though.
Just call
So
it.
now, am I formally trespassed? Do I get my formal trespass from the management, or can I just come back tomorrow, or how does that work? Do I have to wait till you guys leave?
So the bottom line is that when the way trespassing works in apartment complexes, okay? All right, you are allowed to, people are allowed to have guests, okay? That means you have to go straight there and leave. You can't linger. You can't be in any common areas because the common areas are owned by the apartment complex. Everybody here has. You gonna let me talk, or you gonna interrupt?
I'm listening.
Okay. They have a right to their unit, so they can have guests. Okay, which means you have a right to go straight to their unit. All right, and then thank you. So you have a right to visit people.
And be on any public space.
But no, you don't. See, that's the difference. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that the public space is owned by the apartment complex. They can trespass people from the public spaces, which is what they're doing. Okay? So if you're here to visit somebody, then you got to go straight to their place, and then when you're done visiting, you got to leave. If you're found loitering on any of the public spaces, they can call 911 and have you arrested. All right?
They don't even need to call 911. You tyrant fucks will just beat me up and do this over nothing. I
You
never
guys
got
have a
formal
camera?
complaint. I never got a formal complaint from him.
So, can you take some pictures of his wrists? You want us to take pictures of those?
I do.
Okay.
I'll just for you. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Title 18 of the United States Code.
Okay, stop it at 1820.
Okay.
All right. So just give me 1 second here. All right, so up until 1820, you hear me starting to say Tucson police suck, right?
And on my camera,
Tell me what you hear me say.
on my camera, I begin to hear you scream at 1817.
What was that? 1817?
Yes.
Yes. And what I say at 1817?
Something piggy.
Yes. Is that disorderly conduct to yell Tucson police suck?
When it disturbs someone else's peace, absolutely.
Okay, your answer is yes, correct?
Yep.
So it can be disorderly conduct to say piggy?
When you yell it and it disturbs someone else. Yeah.
What if I yell hello? Is that disturbing someone's peace?
It could disturb someone's peace, yes.
So I can get disorderly conduct for yelling hello on a public sidewalk?
You can get disorderly conduct. Anybody can get disorderly conduct for yelling anything that disturbs someone else's peace. That they have a right to their peace. And if you're on the public sidewalk, whether it's public or not, if you're screaming your head off and it disturbs them, yes.
So there's no First Amendment on a public sidewalk?
There is a First Amendment on the public sidewalk. Yes, there is.
Okay, so when the sirens came in to this incident, all of them blaring, and that disturbed the peace, would that be disorderly conduct?
No, because emergency vehicles are exempt.
Okay, so what about a guy driving by with a horn and he ripped on his horn because there was a dog in the road or something? Is that disturbing the peace?
It could disturb somebody's peace, and we would investigate it for the reasonableness of it.
You would investigate somebody honking their horn?
For the reasonableness of it, yes. If somebody called and complained and said that that guy's horn disturbed my peace, officers would investigate it to see if it was reasonable or not.
Okay, so you see why I'm on the public sidewalk, correct now, at the 1320.
I don't know. I can't see you at 1320.
Yeah, at 1320 is when I was yelling. You go a little bit closer, you'll see me. But anyway, I was made to leave there because I was threatened to have handcuffs put on me, correct?
Correct.
So then I went all the way to the public sidewalk, which is quite a distance away. So if I wanted to do any talking to you or communicating, at this point I would have to yell a lot louder than if you would have just left me where I was at, standing like 30 feet away, correct?
I mean, yeah, you would have been loud. I mean, you would have been louder if you were. I mean, explain what do you mean by louder? Louder to.
Okay, would I have to went to the street and raise my voice that much if I was only 30 feet from you, if I was to say something?
No.
So by me going all the way to the street because I was threatened with arrest, now me yelling, is that unreasonable noise? Because now I'm on the street protesting what your officer did to Roy, and I got to watch. Do you believe that?
Yes, it's unreasonable. That's why you were arrested.
Okay, so when Officer Chandler ripped off his badge in front of me and then tried to fight Roy, was that reasonable?
I'm declining to answer because you're distorting exactly what happened. So
Okay, did you see?
that was already investigated and closed by OPS.
Okay, about the ripping off of the badge?
Yes.
You was investigated for the ripping off of the badge?
No, I did not investigate it. OPS did.
Yes. So, but what I'm saying is, I was made to go to the street. You admit that. And now I'm on the street, and you guys, at this point, I don't know if he's still detained or not, correct? I wouldn't have no way of knowing, right?
I don't know if you can see him where you are.
But he's standing right next to you. Even though he's not in cuffs anymore, he's still standing there talking to you, correct?
Yes.
At that point, at 1820, is he free to go?
So, yes.
Yes, but he's free to go, so he could have just walked down to me and we could have just both left, right? At that point.
You did.
No, I'm saying at 1320, he was free to go, and he was waiting to get your badge numbers, correct? You was writing them down?
I think you have the times wrong. Because, no, at 1320, he's still in handcuffs. He didn't come out.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1820. I'm sorry. We stopped at 1820. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. Yeah, go back to 1820. I'm sorry. That's where we left off.
Yes, he is free to leave, and I'm trying to get him off the property.
Yes. And you're getting, Aguilar appears to be on his phone. He's getting badge numbers to give to him, right?
No, he's not doing that with his phone. He's taking pictures of his wrist.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So who was the one with the tablet writing down badge numbers? Was that you?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why he's staying there. He's waiting for you to get the badge numbers, right?
Right.
Okay. And and I'm way down at the sidewalk. I don't know that, do I?
How am I supposed to know? I
Yeah,
don't know exactly where you are. At 1820, you're not in the view of my camera.
yeah.
Um,
But assuming I'm still on the sidewalk,
when I went and reviewed your live stream later, you were moving behind walls, behind cars, so
yeah. So yes,
not
but
able to be seen from where I'm at.
okay. So yes. So anyway, but at that point, at 18, around 18, whatever, 17 is when I start to yell. Correct?
Yes.
And if you can't see me and I'm way down there, I can't see what you guys are doing either, right?
I don't know what you can see.
Well, I'm down there and you can't see me. I'm way down to the street, which is about how far from the sidewalk to where you're standing right there at 1820. About how far is that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to estimate and be wrong.
Yeah. So it's halfway. I mean, would it be safe to say about 100 yards, you think?
I'd say there's probably 100 yards within there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that's about correct too, about 100 yards. So anyway, so if I yell anything from that sidewalk, you're saying that could be disorderly conduct, right?
If it disturbs somebody's peace per the statute.
And can you read the statute to me?
Sure, 132904, a person commits disorderly conduct if with the intent to disturb the peace or the quiet of a neighborhood, family, or person, or with knowledge of doing so, such person engages in fighting, violent, or seriously disruptive behavior, or makes unreasonable noise, or uses abusive or offensive language, or gestures to any person present in a manner likely to provoke immediate physical retaliation by such person, or makes a protracted commotion, utterance, or display with the intent to prevent the transaction of business or a lawful meeting, gathering, or procession, or refuses to obey a lawful order to disperse, issued to maintain public safety in dangerous proximity to a fire, hazard, or other emergency, or recklessly handles, displays, or discharges a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument.
Okay. And tell me exactly which one of the ones that I violated.
Okay, so number one, with the intent to disturb the peace or quiet of a neighborhood, with knowledge of doing so, engages in seriously disruptive behavior. Number two, makes unreasonable noise. Number three, makes abusive or offensive language or gestures to any person, such as the victim, present in a manner likely to provoke immediate physical retaliation, which is what happened. Makes any protracted commotion, utterance, or display with the intent to prevent the transaction of business. Refuses to obey a lawful order to disperse. Issued to maintain public safety in a dangerous proximity to a fire, a hazard, or other emergency, such as the shooting death that we are trying to investigate.
Okay, that shooting death happened quite a ways away. We was already halfway in the complex. We wasn't near that, was we?
Well, the suspect was still outstanding. We didn't know if it was a homicide or suicide or what by that point.
Okay, but are you saying? So that is why. So exactly what was it that I did was disorderly? Physically, what I do physically disorderly?
All you're screaming from the sidewalk.
Okay, I asked you physically. What did you physically? What was I doing physically before? I'm talking before the guy, the corrections officer, came out with a gun and a vest. Before that, was I doing anything physical?
I don't understand your question. There's not a physical aspect to this.
Okay, there's nothing physical. Okay, go ahead and. So to this point, the only thing I'm doing is verbally protesting what you're doing to my friend, correct?
No, because you never once say, let him go, or you're being unfair, or anything like that. You're simply standing on the corner there, screaming profanity.
And Tucson, please suck. Tell me what profanity did I scream?
Let's see. Piggy, Tucson, please suck. Stupid fat piggy, fuck you, piggy, hey, piggy, fuck you, and other obscenities.
Is that all?
That's all I have documented at the moment.
Okay. Is calling you a stupid fat piggy profanity?
It's pretty disrespectful, but
Yes, it is. Is it profanity?
I wouldn't say that one particular statement is profanity.
You think it's disrespectful to rip your badge off and try to fight someone in handcuffs?
That was already investigated and closed. So next question.
Yeah, but it happened, right? You saw the video of it, right?
That was already investigated and closed.
I got it was investigated and closed, but it happened,
Next
right?
question.
Correct?
Next question.
So anyway, so basically me yelling stupid fat piggy, Tucson please suck from the sidewalk because of what I saw, could that be construed as redressing my government about what I saw?
Sure, it was, and then it disturbed the peace of the victims.
And who are the victims?
You know as well as I do, they're listed on the case report. I'm not going to give their names because you're live streaming.
Okay, so let's do it this way here then. Go ahead and hit. Are you at 1820 right now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and hit play from 1820.
Title 18, Section 241. Deprivation of rights under color of law. What the fuck? You understand me? Title 18, United States Code of Section 241. Read up on it. Deprivation of rights under color of law is what just happened. And conspiracy to violate rights. You guys conspired to violate my rights together as a group. You guys will be sued as a whole. You all will be on a claim. I mean, not you, sir. Your demeanor was awesome.
Okay.
You being the supervising officer, you should have controlled that psychopath.
We'll see you in court.
Oh, really?
Well, you just said you're going to sue us. So we'll see you in court.
So you don't care, right? Do you want to make any changes with him at all?
I told you I was going to do a review. That's what I'm going to tell you.
I mean, you can review it right here. I was doing a constitutionally protected activity, and the manager never told me to leave. So
Do you want to give me your phone number so I can tell you what the results of that review is?
I honestly will call in. And
Okay.
you want to give me a case number then? You want to give me a case number? Because I'll call in. If you can give me a case number, that'd be awesome. What's your name, by the way? Dial? Dial?
Yep.
You know, you're being pretty
TU5.
cordial.
Sorry, what's that?
You're being pretty cordial, and I do appreciate that. But you need to run the whip on that, man.
What's the call number associated with this?
His information is right here, right?
What's the date today?
Today's 22nd.
26. No.
26?
26.
Yeah, 9/26, 22. Holy shit. That's fucked up, man. Thank you very much.
So you got my name and badge number. That's the case number based on the incident that we're working here today.
Okay.
I can't tell you a lot about the incident, but I can tell you that it's kind of sad and very personal for the family.
I know somebody
All
got
right.
shot. I do understand that. I've been shot 7 times with a 45. I've been my kneecaps. I've been shot in both my kneecaps as a kid. I do understand being shot is painful.
Okay.
So,
Do you have any questions for me?
you know what? I do have a lot of questions, but I'm going to let you guys get back to your job. And
I'd appreciate that because we have some grieving family on that
I
side,
understand that.
so I'd like to go deal with that.
I'm going to get back off of this property, and you need to fucking have a talk with that dude, man. I'm dead serious. I am going to file.
Hey, are you with that guy?
What happened?
He's starting a fight with somebody else.
Okay, stop it at 2030.
Okay.
All right, so at 2030, you just said that he's starting a fight with someone else, right?
Yes, I did.
Tell me exactly what you said.
You just heard it.
Yeah. So you said, do you know that guy? He's starting a fight with someone else, right?
That's correct.
Okay. What did you see me do to start the fight?
I saw you yelling directly at him.
Okay. What did you see? Do you understand that you hear with your ears, you see with your eyes? I'm asking you, what you saw him do, and what you saw me do that was this early.
All I saw was you guys in super close proximity, and you yelling at him.
So, was I yelling at him or was I yelling at you guys?
It appeared to be yelling at him.
And what did I yell at him?
Quite a few things, such as bitch, some obscenities. It's all on your own live stream.
Okay. So did he, I was still on the sidewalk, correct?
You were in the driveway a couple times.
Yeah, but the sidewalk, like if the line went straight, do you have any belief that I stepped back on the property of the apartment? Do you have any proof of that? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay. So you know where his apartment's at, right?
Yes.
So either I walked over to him or he walked up to me. Which one was it?
I'd have to review your live stream again, but I believe you at least got halfway across the driveway towards his apartment.
On the sidewalk still. You're saying that I walked onto his property?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, so just picture the sidewalk going straight. Even I know there's blacktop there, but I was always close to Prince Road. That sidewalk's real close to Prince Road, right?
Yes, it is.
Within probably, 5 feet of Prince Road?
I don't know.
Okay, so did I didn't leave that sidewalk. I didn't pick the sidewalk up and walk over to his apartment. He walked over to me, right?
Yes, he did.
So when he walked up to me, did you see what he did?
No, I did not.
So right there, when you just said right there before that you saw everything, so you didn't see everything, did you?
The word everything never came out of my mouth.
Oh, you saw what happened. So you didn't see anything that he did or what I did, anything, right?
Mark, you need to be more specific. I mean,
What did you see me do to?
right?
Okay, what did you see me do to the man with no shirt?
I saw you screaming at him.
Yes. Oh, you saw the voice? I'm asking, you're going back to that. How did you see me screaming? You saw my mouth open? I'm asking what you saw me do to him, not what you heard me say.
I just answered that. I saw you screaming at him.
Okay, how did you see me scream? Did you see my mouth moving? How did you see me scream?
Obviously, because you were screaming, your mouth was moving, yeah.
So you can tell by my mouth moving whether I'm screaming or not?
I could tell that you were screaming at him. That's why my attention was drawn to you, and I even asked Roy, I said, do you know that guy? He's starting fights with other people because you were now screaming at him.
So what made you think that I was starting the fight?
Because you were screaming at him.
Okay, but I didn't walk up to him. So did you see him come out of the apartment the first time with his gun and his vest on? Did you see that?
There's no way I could see it because
Yes.
his apartment facing south.
So you didn't see that part. So then did you see, the first time you saw him, he had his shirt off, right? He had no shirt on, correct?
Correct.
So he went and took off his vest and gun, and then he came back up to the sidewalk where I was standing, right? He walked up to me.
Yeah, he must have.
Yes. So he walked up to me, and did you ever watch my live stream?
Yes, I did.
Do you see him slap the phone out of my hand? Slap my hand?
No, that's not captured on your live stream. Just the phone being picked up from the ground.
Yeah. So do you didn't actually, you see him walk up and then I'm yelling at the same time I'm yelling, Tucson police suck, and looking down towards you guys, then all you know is my phone went out in the street, correct?
I know your phone ended up on the ground.
Yeah. And did you see me walk and pick it up?
I never saw you walk. I saw you reach down and grab it.
Okay. So in my live stream, you see that it was out in the middle of the street, right? When I picked it up, you can see the curb, correct?
I don't know. I'd have to review it again.
So anyway, my phone went down in the street, and Tariq admitted to assaulting me on your body worn camera too, correct? You ever remember that?
No, he didn't say anything on my body-worn camera.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you got to turn it up real good. I know you hear it really good on the other the audios that are close to that. But yeah, but you can hear it, but it's very vague. I understand. I have to put it on a speaker and blow it up to hear it. But anyway, so I pick up my phone from the street, and then I step back on the sidewalk. What happens after that? Do you remember what the man with no shirt's doing?
After you pick it up,
Yeah, after I pick it back up.
he's walking back to his apartment.
Yeah, walking back towards the apartment, and then do you remember him stopping and turning around and walk right back up to me on my body worn camera, and then starts calling me princess, princess? You remember that?
I do remember him saying that. At the same time, you were also challenging him to a fight.
And how did I challenge him to a fight?
You were using a lot of offensive language and gestures similar to as outlined in the disorderly conduct statute.
Okay, tell me exactly what you saw me do that was starting a fight.
So when I reviewed your live stream, you were calling him bitch. You were saying,
Okay, I'm not asking what I'm saying. I'm talking about what I did physically to cause the fight.
okay, you focused on him, and you started to scream at him offensive language after he asked you to quiet down because you were disturbing his peace.
Okay, did you hear me say that? Or did you hear him say that?
What, your offensive language? All I heard from you was offensive language.
Did you hear him ask me to quiet down?
When I watched your live stream, yeah.
Okay, how did he say that?
So he said, hey, you're upsetting my kid. Can you quiet down or something like that?
Okay, and what else do you remember him saying?
So I don't have your live stream up in front of me right now. I got to find it.
I'm just asking what you heard me say.
I'd have to.
So everything you heard me say was from. So everything you heard me say is basically from my own live stream.
So everything to him, yeah. All right, and everything. I mean, when I got up there, though, you were yelling at us and yelling at him as well.
Yes, and all this is in all this part that you're talking about when I was yelling at him is after he slapped the phone out of my hand, correct?
No, you goaded him into, you antagonized him into confronting you.
Okay, how did I go to him? We just talked about that. I was on the public sidewalk. He was in his apartment. There's probably a good, 50, 60 foot difference between the two? You think?
I don't know.
But we already discussed this. He didn't pick up the building and move it. He walked from his apartment out to where I was at on the sidewalk, right?
Yes.
So I didn't go to him. He came to me, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when he came to me and slapped the phone out of my hand, was that disorderly conduct?
No, because according to the disorderly conduct statute, you were using gestures and offensive language in a manner likely to provoke immediate physical retaliation. You were making a reasonable noise. All right, and you were engaging in seriously disruptive behavior for the statute.
Okay, so that gives anyone the right to go out and slap somebody. Is that what you're saying?
Nope.
What
What are you saying then?
I'm basically saying that per the statute, your abusive offense, this is 132904, your abusive and offensive language and gestures to any person present in a manner likely to provoke immediate physical retaliation did so.
Okay, and again, I'm going to ask you, is that assault? Slapping someone in the hand and knocking their phone out of the hand, is that assault?
If you want to go technical, according to the statute, it is. However, the city attorney declined to prosecute due to your agitation.
Okay, due to my speech, whatever I was saying, so they decided that that's okay because of what I was saying, correct?
They decided not to prosecute because you, as said before, under DOC statute 132904.
Yeah, you don't got to keep repeating that. I got that. So I got
Okay, well,
that.
that's why.
Yes. So under the under that statute, you're saying that he's allowed to assault me if I say offensive language, basically.
Nope. That's not what I said.
Okay. Do you remember? Did you arrest him?
No, I did not.
Did you arrest me?
Yes, you did get arrested.
And did you arrest Roy?
Yes.
And did any one of us do anything physical to anybody?
You're just being present and filming and yelling and screaming obscenities and yelling at things to inflame or provoke the situation.
Okay, you said filming. Is why did you say filming? Is that disorderly?
You asked what physically you were doing, and that's I'm
Yeah.
telling you that's what physically you were doing. You were also physically trespassing on the property as well.
When was I trespassed? How was I trespassing now?
Because you were asked to leave and didn't leave up until Roy told you to.
Okay, who asked me to leave?
So I'd have to reread the reports to refresh my
Well,
memory.
do you have any first-hand knowledge of anyone asking me to leave?
So no, not right this second. I'd have to review all the reports.
So, did you read Chandler's report?
Yeah, I did.
So, he says that he went behind the car to talk to her, and he didn't have his audio on, about the guy with the black shirt, blue jeans, and he was a male recording. Okay, so when he went back to talk to April Binder, the manager, I wasn't even there yet. Do you know that?
Okay.
I'm asking you.
I don't know where you were.
Because on his report, he says when he came back, then there were two. One guy with a black shirt and one guy with the orange shirt on his report. Do you remember that?
If it's on his report, then it's on his report.
Did you ever read his report?
I read it a while ago.
Okay. So if it says that on the report, I wasn't there at first, and then when he came back, then a guy with an orange shirt was there. He couldn't have possibly asked April Bondley to trespass me, because you have to look on Aguilar's report too. Both of them say the same. So I wasn't there when he went back to get permission, was I?
Okay, fair enough.
So I was never asked to leave, correct?
I don't know.
So you have no. What I'm saying is you have no firsthand knowledge of me being asked to leave by reading report. Any way you have any proof that I was ever asked to leave?
You can request to interview Chandler and Aguilar and ask them if they got it. But
Yes. Yep.
to my knowledge, April Binder approached both of you guys, approached Dr. Chandler about both of you, and used you in plural, saying they instead of he.
Yes. So, but he don't remember nothing. But he also puts on his report when he says that when he came back, then there were two, one in orange shirt and one in black shirt. And in the video, and Aguilar's video shows that too. Did you ever get to view Aguilar's video?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Aguilar's video, it shows that too. I never seen April Binder because I wasn't there when she was there. Chandler took her behind the thing when I came back. Just Aguilar, when I walked up, Aguilar was there. And then I asked Aguilar for his name and badge number. And you'll have to review Aguilar's body cam as well as my live stream. And then at that time, Chandler walks out from the car and then says what he says. And then he sees me there. So you could watch them videos, but then he starts using they. But if you have to ask Aguilar, I got both of them coming up. Aguilar's on Friday, a week from today, same time. And then Chandler hasn't called me back yet. So he was the first one to talk to me. So anyway, let's get back. Are you at 2030 on the your body worn camera? 20 minutes and 30 seconds?
No, I can get there though. All right, I'm there.
You can go ahead and hit it.
No, he didn't. I saw what happened. He did not. I saw what happened.
Go ahead and stop it at 2037.
Okay.
All right. So Roy was running back towards me. He was running, facing me, running towards me, and he turned around and said he just assaulted him. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Okay. And then what did you say?
You heard me as well.
Yes. And what did you say?
So we just played it. You heard me.
Okay. Let's continue.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Okay. Stop it at 2046.
Okay.
You just said, "Oh fuck, god damn it," right?
Yep, sure did.
And was that disorderly?
No, because I wasn't directing it at anybody.
Okay. When I was yelling, "Tucson, please suck," who was I directing that at?
So you were directing it at us, but you're doing it in a way that disturbed others' peace.
Okay.
What I just did.
So when you were standing up with Tariq, I just real quick here, did you ever how many times did you hear him say motherfucker?
When I was standing up with Tariq.
Yeah. The guy with no shirt. We'll just call him the guy with no shirt with nipple
Well, I
rings.
know who he is. I don't understand your question. When
So-
I'm standing up with him.
Yeah, when you were standing up there, right now we ain't got there yet, but we'll get there. But what I'm asking is, do you ever hear him say motherfucker or any bad words up there?
I don't hear him say it. I mean,
All right.
I might have.
All right. So, and did you hear him yell to me before I was said anything at all to him? Did you hear him yell, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with"? Did you hear him say that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay. When you was watching my live stream, did you hear that?
I'd have to watch it again to look for it.
All right. Oh, that's okay. So if he would yell, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with," and he was standing right next to his apartment, close to his apartment, and I was out on Prince, he would have to yell pretty loud probably for you to even hear it, huh?
From where I was halfway down the complex.
Yes, exactly. And when he was yelling that, if he was by his apartment, there would be a building in your way. So you'd probably be less likely to hear that, huh?
Maybe.
But if he was to yell at me, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with," is that disorderly?
No, because you're antagonizing.
Okay, I'm antagonizing him. So let's talk a little bit about cause and effect. So what caused me to go to the end of the street was the treatment that you guys were doing to Roy, correct?
No, you left because Roy told you to.
Okay, all right. I left because I got threatened to be put in handcuffs where I was at, correct?
No, you left because Roy told you to.
So you, at the same time, he right before Roy told me, he didn't tell me to. He said it in a different way. He just said I would leave if I was you because these guys are crazy or whatever, right?
Something like that.
Yes. So anyway, at that time, right before he said that, you don't remember Officer Chandler telling me he was going to put me in cuffs if I didn't leave?
He said something along those lines. I heard it.
Yes.
I
So
already went through that.
yes, exactly. So that's what I'm trying to get at. I was threatened to be put in handcuffs, so I had to go to the street. And since I had to go to the street, I would have to raise my voice to communicate with what you're doing to him, correct?
If your intent is for us to hear it, then yeah, you probably have to yell.
Yes, thank you. That's what I'm trying to get at. But what you think I would have went to the street to yell if he wouldn't threaten to put me in handcuffs? I was standing right there being quiet up to that point, right?
Yeah, you were.
On any scene ever, and I know we're going to get to that in the future on this tape, but you said you known me before. So if you saw me on cop watches, have you ever known me to come up and just start yelling at officers without being provoked? Have you ever seen that ever?
I haven't watched every single one of your videos.
Yeah, but any of them. Do you ever remember me ever walking up and be the first one to start anything with anybody?
Yeah, that's kind of what you do.
Okay, tell me, which one you, tell me exactly what you're talking about. If I walk up and just start shit, tell me which video you're talking about.
All right, I'd be happy to find other examples when we go to court, but I don't have time to right now.
Okay, so, but yeah, you'll find examples of me walking up and starting shit with an officer on a scene. And basically called cop watching, correct?
No.
Okay, what do you call it?
Mark, I need you to get back to the incident, please.
Well,
I can't do this all
you referred several times on your body camera, you referred to me as an auditor, correct?
correct.
And you say that you've known me for a long time, correct?
I don't believe I ever said I've known you for a long time.
Okay, what did you said you've known me for a while? How was it you put it?
When? Just now or on the camera?
This will be on your body worn camera. We ain't got there yet. Let's go ahead and continue. But what I'm just trying to get at is what is it? You known me for a while. About how long you think was a while that you known about me?
I don't know, a couple of years.
Okay, and what was it that you know about me?
All right, Mark, I'm not going to answer this. This is ridiculous.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
I'm on duty. I'm working on.
Okay, anyway, okay, go ahead and hit play again.
You need to get back to the incident or we're done.
Okay, go. Hit play again. We're going to get to that in a second here. This is all. Everything I'm asking you is what you said on your body camera. So here, let's go ahead and fast. You're at 2046, right?
Right.
Okay, go ahead and hit play.
Okay. Can you jump forward because this case gets us walking up there?
What's that?
A disregard. Just
Yeah, just go ahead and keep going. Yeah, you say something on the walk.
285. We're going to need a couple of units to the entrance of the apartment complex. The west side, reference these auditors causing fights.
Okay, stop at 2112.
okay.
Okay, at 2112, you just said You went on the radio asking for more units, reference auditors starting a fight, something like that, right?
Yes, I did.
And so now you're saying both of us starting the fight. So what did he do to start the fight?
I just used the term these auditors in plural.
Yes. So what did you see me and him? What did you see these audios do to start the fight?
Well, you're yelling at the victim, and when we get up there, you're still yelling at him. So the impression is that you antagonized him into
Yeah.
a conversation.
So you call him the victim, but we're talking about the guy that slapped the phone out of my hand, right?
Yes.
So with the assault, I'm the victim, ain't I?
No, the city prosecutor determined you weren't, and that anything that he did was the result of your antagonism.
Was due to my freedom of speech, right? What I was saying.
What you were saying.
Yes. Never. So I'm getting back to that because you keep trying to say physical, and when you say physical, you're bringing in what I'm saying. So physically, what did you during this whole thing? What did you physically see me do to him?
That's weird. I never said the word physical.
I know. So what did you physically see me do to him?
Yelling and screaming at him.
Okay, yelling and screaming is not physical. I'm asking what you physically saw me do. Did I punch him? What did I do physically to him?
Yelling and then screaming at him.
Okay, that's again we're back to voice. So
walking the direction of his apartment.
okay, so are you saying I left the sidewalk and went to his apartment?
Didn't say that.
Okay, his apartment is away from the sidewalk, correct?
All apartments are away from the sidewalk.
Exactly. So I never walked towards his apartment at any time. Did you ever see me walk to his apartment?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now on your body worn. I mean,
Okay,
my body
I'm walking on the sidewalk.
You started on the. Fine. Let's agree you're on the sidewalk.
Okay, yes.
Stop that. You're on the sidewalk, and you're still walking towards his apartment.
Okay, so you're saying I'm walking east.
Correct. Towards his apartment from where you originally were screaming at us, which
Yeah.
is on the west.
Okay, so I'm still on the sidewalk and I walk a little bit east, and then I might turn back and walk a little bit west, but I didn't never leave the sidewalk, correct?
We already covered that.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm getting at. So, because when you say I'm walking toward,
Can we agree to not repeat the same thing over and over and over?
yes, that's why.
You are on the sidewalk.
Thank you. Okay, but you're saying what I did physically was walk towards him. I'm walking back and forth on the sidewalk. I'm not walking towards his apartment, correct? I'm going east and west.
You are. You have to. I mean, if you were on the sidewalk on the west side of the complex and you stayed there, I would consider that less antagonistic than when you walk to the east, so you can get a better view with your camera of him, us, and his apartment.
Okay, and is there anything illegal about standing on the sidewalk filming somebody?
You already know the answer to that.
What is that? I want to know your answer.
So, no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, go ahead and are you at 2012, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit play again.
Okay.
On a public sidewalk. Well, we got national pictures.
Hey, Mark. Mark.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I need you to pause for a second.
All right.
I gotta go get a phone charging cable. Be right back.
All right. All right. Bong hit time for me, guys. Who on the stream wants to do a bong hit with me? Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. Thank all of you for being in here. Yep, this is the guy that slapped the phone out of my hand, guys. The guy in no shirt. All right. It just ended. Let's see here. Hello.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, great. Yeah, I got 3 battery packs powering up all my stuff right now. Just for the mobility. It's easier to move them than it is to plug in a long cord. All right. So we are at 2149, right?
Yeah.
All right. So right at this point, let's see here. Let's go ahead and from 2149 was hit play.
If you come back on this property with a gun, I will arrest you. Okay? Do you understand that? You need to leave. You need to leave or I'll book you. You need to leave or I'll book you. If I arrest him, I'm arresting him for disorderly conduct.
All right. Stop it at 2221.
Okay.
Okay. You just said if I arrest him, I'm arresting, you meant Mark Brown, me, for disorderly conduct, right?
Right, because I was desperately trying to get you guys to just leave to preserve the peace.
Yes. But you said if you arrest him, so if you would have arrested the guy with assault and you would have allowed me to make my complaint, then we could have left, huh? Because right as at this point, could you see how I consider myself a victim of assault?
I mean, I understand that, sure, but it's only because
I don't want to butt. I'm just asking questions. Okay, so you would understand how I would think that I was a victim of assault, right?
I'm sure you thought that.
Okay, so and as a victim of assault, you might want me to stay around to ask me my side of the story, maybe even watch the video of what really happened, right? If you was looking into it, correct?
If I was looking into it, but I wasn't going to look into it.
Okay, I see.
I decided to investigate it at a different date so I can get back to the possible homicide you were keeping us from.
Okay, you say I was keeping you from. Okay, so did you hear that guy say he's in law enforcement?
I found that out eventually. I don't remember exactly what point.
Okay, have you ever arrested anyone in law enforcement?
Yes.
And what did that person do that you arrested in law enforcement?
I'm not going to answer that.
I mean, was it assault? What did he do to?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, but okay, how many people in law enforcement have you arrested ever in your 20 years? Or
A couple.
a couple? And were they current? Was they ex law enforcement or current law enforcement?
Current law enforcement.
Both of them.
Yes.
Okay, and this guy, he says he's in law enforcement, but his corrections are really not law enforcement, are they?
It's considered law enforcement.
Okay, is it? But they don't have. Can they arrest people?
I don't remember, honestly. I don't know exactly. I don't believe they're post-certified, so I don't believe so.
So he couldn't have came out there and arrested me for what I was saying, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay, and but so if I was still waiting there, because I thought there might be a glimmer of hope that you was going to actually work on the assault, and even if he would have apologized to me, anything, but that didn't happen, did it? You arrested me, and you said, remember, if you arrested me, you arrest him. Did you ever arrest him?
I did not arrest him.
So, so you wasn't a man of your word on that day, was you?
I never promised you anything.
You said if you arrested me, you was going to arrest him. Correct?
So, no, you got it mixed up. I said if I arrest him for assault, I'm arresting you for disorderly conduct.
Okay. So did you arrest him for assault?
No.
And did you arrest me for disorderly conduct?
Yes.
And trespassing?
I believe you were cited for trespassing as well.
Yeah, so did who put me trespassing? Did you tell him to do trespassing or he do that on his own?
Chandler developed the probable cause for trespassing.
Chandler did that?
Yes.
Okay, so you have no evidence of me directly trespassing. So you have, or we already talked about that. You don't know if I was ever asked to leave by April Binder, right?
Chandler developed that probable cause.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to ask him and his interview.
Yes, and I will. That's for sure. So anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and continue on from 2221. All right.
Understand? And I don't have to explain anything to you. Okay? You guys need to leave the property right now.
We're not on the property. We got the property all counted. We're on the sidewalk.
You want to bet?
First Amendment. First Amendment protected. If you want to criminalize First Amendment protected activity, go right ahead. Now, what that guy did, that's a crime. He assaulted me.
So, I saw what happened.
He assaulted me.
Go ahead and start. Go ahead and stop it now. At 2248.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, I'm on a public sidewalk, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm there.
I thought we agreed.
That's right. I'm on a sidewalk.
On a public sidewalk.
And here's that. I'm trying to do for the foundation. I'm on a public sidewalk. Can you trespass me from a public sidewalk?
No, I can't.
So from this point, the trespassing must have happened down there where Chandler started, not up here on Prince, right? Because you never saw me cross the sidewalk, so I wasn't trespassing on the sidewalk, right?
Correct. As I said before, Chandler developed the probable cause for that.
Yes. All right. So me or Roy, neither one of us at this point are trespassing because we're on a public sidewalk. We're allowed to be there, right?
Right.
Okay. So can you legally ask us to leave the public sidewalk if I'm there as a victim waiting to see something until, of course, I walk away because I realize nothing's going to happen. you ain't going to take a thing, but I do walk away. But at this time, I'm still on the sidewalk, and do you see where I would still be considering myself a victim, right?
Oh my, that was about three different questions.
Okay.
What was your question?
So basically, I'm on the sidewalk, and I'm in a place I'm legally allowed to be, and I still consider myself a victim and hoping that someone would take my complaint. And so you're the sergeant on scene, right? On this scene?
Yeah.
You was the highest ranking one on the scene the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. And all these decisions were yours, correct?
Correct.
So you could have arrested him for assault if you wanted to, correct?
If I wanted to, but I decided not to because I just wanted to preserve the peace in the fastest means possible, which means getting you guys out of there and separating you all.
Which means arresting the victims after we left, because you arrested us after we left, right?
No, you only started leaving once you heard me say we're going to have to arrest you.
Okay.
You're not gonna stop.
Okay. How do you know I heard you say that?
Because you instantly left.
We started walking towards our car. So the direction I walked in, that's where our car was, right? Where we was parked, our truck, I mean, correct?
Yeah, we found that out later.
Yes. But that's where I was walking back to our truck. And before that, when you guys had him in handcuffs, I really couldn't leave any further because he was my ride, correct?
I'm trying to make sense of that question.
Okay, you know that he was my ride, right? Eventually.
So, yeah, I know it's his truck.
Yeah, so you know that I left in his truck, and his truck was right by where I was arrested, right?
Right.
So I was already back to my ride where I rode in when I was arrested, right?
Sure.
So I left.
Doesn't mean
So it was over. I already left. And the only reason I didn't get in the car and leave was because you arrested Roy walking back to his truck also, right?
right. I mean, an attempt to leave just after you committed a crime doesn't mean you didn't commit the crime.
Yes, but we was leaving and you just said that's all you wanted us to do. So you waited till after we left to arrest us.
No, you started to leave after I decided to arrest you.
Okay, and then
Intended attempting to leave. There's a difference.
okay, then I was walking away to my truck. By the time they got to me, I was already at my truck, at the truck I came in, right?
I don't remember exactly where you were, but
Well, where Chandler went up to arrest me, where they put me in the back of the car, and then you eventually came up there too? About, I don't even know, a few yards down the road, west of that location, right?
right.
Okay. So I already left when you arrested me.
You were attempting to leave, sure.
Yes, I was already back to my truck, or the truck I came on, but I couldn't leave in my truck because you arrested Roy for the second time, you and Chandler, right?
Correct.
So when you arrested him for the second time, he was also walking back towards the truck, correct?
Right. You were attempting to leave after I made the decision to arrest you.
And he was too. Both of us were leaving.
You were attempting to leave, yes.
Yes. And if you wouldn't have arrested us, we would have left, most likely, right?
I have no confidence in that whatsoever.
Okay, then.
I decided to maintain the arrest.
Okay, you saw how slow I walk. And when I walked back to the truck, did you any sign that I was going to walk back? If you would have let him go with me, we was walking back towards the truck, correct? And we would have been away from that situation, correct?
I have no confidence whatsoever at that moment that you would have completely left.
So is that why and we're on a public sidewalk still, and why wouldn't you wait to see if we left and then arrest us if we didn't leave? But you just agreed that we was allowed to be there on the public sidewalk. You just agreed to that, right?
That's exactly why you were arrested. It's because you wouldn't leave and you wouldn't detach from the situation.
Then why did you arrest us when we was attempting to leave?
Because you were attempting to flee when you found out I was going to arrest you.
Okay, so
So it doesn't negate the crime just because you made it a few feet to the east-west.
okay, let's talk about the crime again. So the crime that you decided for not leaving, you're saying, correct?
You were arrested for disorderly conduct and trespassing.
Okay.
I raised you to the disorderly conduct statute. That was the probable cause I developed. The trespassing was developed by Officer Chan.
Okay, and are you guys, if you as a sergeant on scene, so when you find out that I wasn't asked to leave, are you going to drop the trespassing charge?
That's up to the prosecutor now.
So, well, Chandler's the one that's making an accusation, correct? That I trespassed, not you?
Yes, he developed a probable cause.
All right. All right, so let's go forward from 2248.
No, I saw what happened. Okay. You guys understand that you're keeping us from an actual crime scene? All you guys got to do is leave. Yeah, I know. And your buddy went off the handle. Can you help us help this poor family and just get him out of here?
All right, we'll stop right there at 2315. Are you there?
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, the question is, okay, so we're talking back and forth right there, right? Was I louder than anybody else right there? I'm talking to you. Was I louder than you?
I don't have a decibel meter. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm standing on the city sidewalk close to Prince, which is kind of a busy, Prince is kind of a busy road, right?
Yeah,
Is it 2 lanes in each way or 3?
2 lanes in each way.
2 lanes in each way. Okay, and this was around, what time was it? You remember, roughly?
It was around 3:30.
4-ish, yeah, rush hour, basically. Starting rush hour,
Okay.
right?
I don't know when rush hour is.
Yeah, right around 4 o'clock. So it was right around 4 o'clock, correct?
No, it was 3:30.
Okay, 3:30. All right, so I'm by the traffic. I really got to talk a little bit louder if I want you to hear me, because I don't want to trespass. I have to talk a little bit louder because I'm real close to traffic, right?
Sure.
Was the loudness of my voice ever a problem, or was it a what I was saying?
No, the loudness of your voice was not the problem.
The loudness of my voice was never the problem, right? Ever?
Never said that.
I'm asking that now. Was the loudness of my voice ever a problem?
Yeah, that's the whole problem.
Okay, it was a problem. You just said it wasn't a second ago.
No, okay. Now you're twisting things around. Okay.
I just asked if the loudness of my voice was a problem, and you said no.
You changed it. You changed it again. You said before, was the loudness of my voice never a problem? And I'm like, no, of course it was a problem. That's
Okay.
the reason we're there.
So right now, I just got that I'm no louder than you. So was you disorderly too when you was talking to me?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't yelling at you. You're yelling at us. You're pointing. You're yelling.
Okay, I'm yelling right now at 22:15. I'm pointing and yelling, and that's what's disorderly. Pointing and yelling, right? Together?
Together with everything else you did. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about everything else I did. I want to know everything I did was disorderly. Every single thing.
From the moment that you went to that corner and started yelling,
Okay.
you disturbed the victim's peace. He tried to tell you you were upsetting his kid.
Okay, stop right there. Okay.
No, I'm not
Okay.
done. You said you wanted
Go
to
ahead.
listen, right?
All right.
Okay. He tried to tell you you were upsetting his kid. All right. You replied with profanity. You realized he was law enforcement. You started screaming obscenities. All right. And then you kept screaming at us and disturbing him more. So it antagonized him to the point where he came out and confronted you. All right. And then you started screaming at him more, calling him bitch. Stuff
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
To the point where there was a confrontation, and then you, instead of doing the rational thing, which is if he smacked the phone out of your hand, why didn't you just go to the opposite corner and simply wait for us to come over and interview?
Oh,
Instead, you didn't. You went to the sidewalk to continue to scream at us and at him. So you maintained the disorderly yelling and screaming, even to the point where other residents came out. You are doing more yelling and talking here on these videos and your own than anybody else. And when it became apparent that I was not going to be able to get back to that grieving family who just lost somebody and maintained this homicide investigation, I had no other choice. I was like, we're done. I'm going to have to arrest you. And then you started walking away.
okay.
There's so many other rational ways you could have handled it, Mark.
Okay, let's talk about rational ways you could have handled it. So let's start with this. So if you wouldn't have kidnapped the guy in front of me, I wouldn't have went to the sidewalk and yelled, right?
Go ahead and rephrase that.
Okay, you guys took the guy in handcuffs, right? You had my right in handcuffs.
He was under arrest.
Correct. So, let me see here real quick here. Let's see here. All right, so did you hear him yell at me, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with"?
No.
So he came out yelling at me. You keep saying I yelled at him. Are you saying that he never yelled at me first? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, his apartment, which is south facing. I'm in the middle of a complex.
Yes.
So are you talking about when I reviewed your live stream?
Yes.
Or
Anywhere, because
on scene?
you're saying I was yelling at him, but you never mentioned him yelling at me. And you're saying I started yelling at him before he yelled at me. Is that what you're saying?
No, I never said that.
Okay, so he was yelling first, right?
No, you were yelling first. That's
Okay.
all you got.
I'm talking about he started yelling at me first, but I was talking to you. I'm talking about I wasn't yelling at him until he came out and started yelling at me, correct?
Right.
I never yelled at him before he started yelling at me, right?
He came out, yelled at you.
Yes.
Or at least addressed you. I would have to watch your body worn. I'd have to watch your footage again to see if I consider it yelling coming from him. But no, because you were screaming your head off and screaming profanity. He came out and addressed you and asked you to stop because you were upsetting your kid.
Okay. How did he ask me to stop? Where do you get that information that he asked me to stop?
From your own video.
That he said how he asked me to stop was how he says I'm not the one you want to fuck with. How did he ask me to stop?
Why don't you move on to your next question while I look at your video?
Well, you're the one that said that he asked me to stop.
No, I'll answer it once I know.
Okay, yeah, because right now you don't know how he asked me to stop.
He made an effort to try to get you to.
Okay, what effort did he make? What did he do to get me to stop?
He addressed you from his apartment. See, there's you.
Yep, you went.
Using profanity.
Yeah, you went way back. Yep.
There's you using.
And then I was yelling profanities at you, right?
Oh, well, that wasn't very nice.
Yes. Okay, stop it right there. So So yes, he said he works for law enforcement, and I said you suck too, right? And that wasn't very nice, was it? Okay, go ahead and stop there. So you just said that wasn't very nice, right?
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
Yes. Okay. So is that illegal to not be nice? Right?
Sorry, we can see it again. I was listening to the audio.
Yeah. Are you on my video or yours?
I'm on yours.
Okay. All right. Okay, if that helps you answer, I'm fine with that. So is it fair to say I'm yelling Tucson, please suck there? Do you think I'm talking to you or him?
Well, your camera's focusing on us.
Yes. Yes, I'm pointing it down there where my friend is still with you guys, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get back to 22 or 2315.
Okay.
You are preventing us from helping this poor family, and you know what happened, right? So can you please help us help this family? Because we're here. We're not there. We're here because of him. No, it's not happening that way.
Okay, go ahead and stop it. 2333. Okay, are you at 2333?
Yep.
All right. So at this point, you're saying that you need to get back to their family. Now, I watched your whole body worn camera, and you're back there. You turn off your volume back there. The whole time you're back there, you have your volume off. And the tapes around the apartment that you're at, and you're inside the tape with about 5 or 6 officers inside that tape. And you remember that? You're talking to them?
Yes.
And I can't hear what you're saying, but all them guys are laughing. And you guys are right outside that door, right?
At one point, where we're outside the door, yeah.
And you're saying something. You can hear. You just see all of them react to you. No one else is talking. It looks like, and you see all of them laughing for and it goes on for quite a while. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember giving a briefing to the officers on scene.
And then right there. So, and when you was there, you was about, just a few feet, 10, 15 feet from the dead body, right?
I'm not going to give you any details. Reference that case.
Okay. Well, you was standing right there, and you was all laughing. You agree? So if a family member saw you standing right there and laughing, that ain't really helping out the family, is it?
That has nothing to do with your case.
Well, this is what you just said. You said you had to get back there to help out the poor family. And I watched what you did to help out the poor family, and standing there laughing is not helping out the poor family, is it?
I'm not going to address this with you. I mean, you have no idea when I called crisis services, what I did to facilitate that, or how I helped that particular family. So,
Well,
I'm not going to give you any details regarding that case.
but all I know is right after you left there, you went back there, and you guys were all standing around there. You wasn't. The family, was they even there at that time?
I don't recall where exactly the family was, but I was pretty confident that they wouldn't be able to see us laughing. No complaints were made saying that they saw us laughing during that serious situation.
Yes. So no one made a complaint, but all right. So let's move on. So we're at 2333, right?
I can only give you 15 more minutes. So.
Oh, well, I'm not even halfway through not even a quarter of the way through my notes here. So we're going to have to go ahead. Let's go ahead and hit the play button again. Let's get as much as we can get done here.
He should be in handcuffs. That's assault. You know the difference? He walked right up to my face. I was on a public sidewalk over there. He walked up and slaps the phone out of my hand. That's what he did. He didn't hit the phone in my hand. That's assault. You guys understand what assault is? He should be in handcuffs. If you guys are doing a job, you would grab the camera in handcuffs, but you didn't do that and assaulted me. You see the problem here?
Okay.
And you did
So
it in front of a lot of people.
here's the bottom line. I heard everything you said. Here's the bottom line. I heard everything you said. Okay? I heard you screaming. All right?
I said, do something, you suck. I wouldn't trust him.
Yeah, but I heard you screaming so loud from over there that
And I also call you
if he wants to prosecute, I'm arresting you for disorderly conduct. You understand?
I'm on a public sidewalk. He walked up to me and slapped the phone out of my hand.
No.
What are you going to arrest me for?
I'm going to witness your dereliction of duty right now.
Go ahead.
I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you. I said, Tucson, please suck.
Yeah, you don't have to be yelling and disturbing these people.
Butter, Tuck. They call me Tuck. So why don't you go back inside? I'm on a public sidewalk. I would be gone if you guys did. If that guy didn't come up and assault me and you let him go, I would be gone.
Go ahead and stop it at 24:56.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit what you saw happen there.
You're going to have to be specific with it.
I want to know your version of what you just saw in that frame.
I am not repeating exactly what I saw frame to frame. You're going to have to ask me a question.
Okay. So I'm still in the public sidewalk right now, right?
We already established that over.
Yes, I know, and I want to make sure that's understood. So I'm not at this point. I'm not breaking no law still, right?
So now you're continuously breaking it by yelling and screaming, and now you're disturbing another tenant who even came out and told you, hey man, you're using obscenity. So that was another big.
Yeah. So when that guy was yelling that, was he disturbing the peace?
No, because he's reacting to you for the disorderly conduct statute. Your words were designed to be inflammatory.
Yeah.
Using abusive or offensive language or gestures to any person present in a manner likely to provoke immediate physical retaliation.
So, all right. So you just said so he's allowed to say that because he's upset with what I was doing, that I was yelling, right?
Are you talking about the new victim?
Yes, the guy on the top that you're talking about.
Yeah, he's allowed to say that. He wasn't even yelling. He just came
Yes.
out and said you're screaming obscenity.
Okay.
He came out and confirmed exactly what you were doing and that you were disturbing their peace.
Okay. So when Derek Coleman was standing right below him by the carpet screaming obscenities, why wasn't he arrested for that?
At what point? I don't remember him
Eric-
screaming obscenity.
When he came out and yelled, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with," and then when he's interviewing you, he kept saying "motherfucker, motherfucker" over and over, and that's obscenities, right?
Yeah, it's obscenity.
Okay. So, and he wasn't arrested, was he?
No, because he wasn't screaming them at you.
Who was he saying it? Who was he saying it to?
Well, he was saying it, but he wasn't screaming it.
Okay. When he's
I reviewed all the video, and I'm looking at everything he's saying,
yeah.
and at no time did he yell.
Yes, okay. Except for the point where he yelled to me, "I'm not the guy you want to fuck with." Right?
I wouldn't consider that even yelling.
Okay. So he was standing right by his apartment. That guy on the second floor would hear him more than me because I was closer to Prince by a busy road, and he was right by the building. So that could have disturbed him also, correct?
Yeah, he would have told us, yeah, he was disturbed, but he wasn't. Only told us he was disturbed by you.
Yeah, well, he said someone yelling obscenities, and from inside his apartment, he could have mistook me for him too, because we was both screaming obscenities, right? Okay.
Very specifically.
Okay. When did he say that?
It's right there in the video.
Okay. But he was in the apartment before that. He came out of the apartment, right?
Right, which means everything that you were yelling was.
And everything the other guy was yelling too, right?
He never once said that he heard anything that Tariq said was disruptive.
Well, he didn't say he didn't, did he? Did he tell you?
He very specifically said everything you were doing.
Okay. How do you say that specifically? Is that on the camera? Go ahead and hit play and stop when that happens.
It's even on yours.
Okay, go ahead and hit play on yours and stop when that happens. We're at 24:56.
You detained him in handcuffs, but you didn't detain the guy that assaulted me. Don't you understand that? Huh? We understand.
Here's the bottom line, okay?
Bottom line is I'm on the other side of me, and I'm allowed to be here.
No.
If he was assaulted,
Here's the bottom line. You don't have a right to disturb their peace. Just leave, guys. Help us help this family out. Just leave, all right?
Help him out and take the dog with you. That is. Hey, he lives right there, right? He lives right there. Hey, he lives right there, right? Bring the file up.
Okay, stop at 25:39.
All right.
All right. And that's the point where Roy's asking if he lives right there, right?
Right.
Okay. So right there, was that disorderly to ask that? Where he lived?
You don't have to be yelling and disturbing some people. What'd you say to the resident there when you said, why don't you go back inside? Oh, that's right. You called him bootlicker.
So yeah, so what I just said, I said go back inside, bootlicker?
Yeah. You said,
Yes.
Why don't you go back inside bootlicker? To
Yes.
The other resident that came out.
Yes. Okay. And is that disorderly?
Yes.
Calling someone a bootlicker?
Yes.
Even if they're a boot.
Because everything that you're doing, from the moment you start yelling to the moment that you get arrested, is disorderly conduct and fits the statute.
Okay, so regardless of protesting, so you say that if I was protesting what you know that Officer Chandler did to Roy, that's what caused me to go to the sidewalk and protest. You understand that?
I understand that.
So if you wouldn't have did that to Roy, if you would have just let him go and he would have and never put him in handcuffs, we would have been out of there, correct? We was all walking away at that point, but he was walking him away from his equipment, right? Away from Roy's equipment that he took from him, set him on the car. And then he had to.
Way too much. I don't know what you're focusing on here.
So
What's your question?
the question is, and I'm trying to get this point across, that if none of you would have did what you did to Roy, if you wouldn't have handcuffed him and took all this stuff you did to him, and taking the badge off, ripping his badge off and wanting to fight him while he was in handcuffs, all that caused me to go to the sidewalk and protest and redress my government, right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying, yeah.
So do you think I would have did?
You're saying you're yelling, yeah.
Yes. So it's so I'm not yelling without reason. I have a reason to yell. Just like they say you can't yell fire in a crowded theater, but you can if there's a fire, correct?
Yeah.
So that's legal to yell fire in a crowded theater if there's a fire. And is it legal to yell rape if you see someone getting raped as loud as you want?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so would it be illegal to yell if you see someone getting abused, attacked, uh, handcuffed, or abused by anyone, in or out of law enforcement? Would that be reasonable to object and yell at least so hey, I'm watching, I'm recording, and maybe you won't abuse the guy as much? Is that reasonable?
So, no, it's reasonable. It became unreasonable when you started focusing on the tenant.
Okay. And I focus on the tenant after the tenant came out and slapped the phone out of my hand, right?
No, it was before.
Okay, right before, okay. Before he slapped the phone out of my hand, when he walked out of of there with his gun and his vest on, and he yelled at me, "I'm not the one you want to fuck with." That's when I started addressing him, and mostly yelling at you, right?
No, I can't agree to that because I
Okay.
don't have the audio of him coming out in his vest and gun, and I don't know where that is on the video. If you want to look at your video,
Yes. I ain't got to my live stream yet. We're still on yours. But I'll tell you what, on the next half, I want you to watch my live stream and go ahead and mark all them spots. And yeah, I do want to talk about them with you because when he came out there, I just want to know who started yelling at who first is all I want to know. And then what was said. So once you understand that, then you might understand more of why I was addressing him, because he was yelling obscenities at me, and I was never addressing him before he started yelling at me. So you'll see that on the live stream. How many more minutes do you got left?
We won't be doing another interview, so
Oh.
I'll give you a couple more minutes.
No, there's no way. I'm not even 1/4 of the way through. We have a lot to cover. And just like you said, my video is really important too. I want to go over some things on that caught that you didn't, and we can talk about that. But we cannot end it in 2 minutes because I'm not even, this is taking too long, and a lot of this is you're arguing with me about little silly things, but you do have a 2 hour long video, and I snuck through a whole bunch of it. I didn't start at the beginning, I just want to get the main points, and we're right now at 25:39. And
My video's not 2 hours long. The only portions of it that you guys are in is probably maybe 20 minutes at most.
yes, so your video actually is 25 minutes plus 132. So it's a 2 hour long video total. So I got it right here and I'm looking at it. But I have things all the way up. I'm going through my paperwork on your body worn camera. I have things all the way up to the 1 minute and let's see, 1 minute and 20 mark even. 127, 131 mark. I got questions for. We ain't even got there yet.
Then, Mark, I'll give you 10 more minutes to get to the question because 2 hours is very reasonable.
No, well,
To be able to read this interview.
no, I have to be able to continue. I won't be able to finish in 15 minutes. I ain't even got to my video yet. We're still on here. So go ahead and hit it again. Hit play. We're at 25:39. All right.
Ma'am, you're not making it any better.
Don't post my property while I work for law enforcement. That'd be a very bad idea. You look even worse saying that. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, you're gonna get a subpoena, you stupid fuck. Don't attack people like that. I pay rent right here.
All right, that's it. We're gonna have to hook both these guys up. So, yeah, no, we're gonna do. Does he want to prosecute for disorderly
No,
conduct?
he doesn't want to prosecute.
He doesn't want to prosecute.
He doesn't want to prosecute now.
Okay, stop it at 26:05.
Okay.
All right. And you're just now starting to say that you hook them both up or something like that, right?
Not at 26:05, no.
26:05.
25:55.
25:55. That's when you say what? That's it?
That's it. Correct.
Okay, keep going. Go up to 26:05.
Okay.
Okay, so So first he says he don't want to prosecute, right?
No, it was simply Aguilar's mistake.
Okay. Well, in the beginning he said I don't want to prosecute. Then he changed his mind right there, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, we're at 2605, and right now we're both walking. We're both walking west, right?
At 2605.
Yes.
You're walking west.
So we're both walking west. We're moving west at 2605. All right, go ahead and hit it again. Play.
Pull the new case number. All right. And for the DOC here.
Watch out, your keys.
Oops. Pull the new case number for the DOC.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys.
Are we taking them both?
Do we have good ID on them?
I don't. But I mean, we're taking 29 him, right? We
Yeah.
can check on the other guy. I forget what his name is, though.
Okay, stop it at 2640.
Okay.
Okay, is that Roberts that just said, I don't know who the name of the other guy is, but is that Roberts? I'm trying to look and see.
Yeah, that's Robert.
Okay, and he just said, I don't know who the other guy is. And you know, at that time, did you ever know my name?
I wouldn't. No, I don't believe so. I don't believe I had it confirmed.
But you figured it out. You figured it out later on who I was.
Right.
All right. So, and Robert's saying basically, are we going to arrest both of them? And you ask him if they have ID on us, right? If they know who we are.
Yes.
So at that point,
Because I was considering simply doing a long form arrest, you know, and just citing you guys and releasing you. Yes.
long form. Explain what long form arrest is.
Basically, we document it, we cite you, and release you, and we ended up doing that.
And that's what you ended up doing. A long form arrest, they call it.
Yes.
And so a long form arrest is basically we don't go to jail, basically.
Correct. It's not
Okay. So if you do the other type of arrest is we're not booked into jail, is all right.
right.
And this guy he worked at Pima County Jail. The guys with no shirt.
I never got the confirmation personally where he worked. I just knew he was a correctional officer.
Yeah, because he says and right before we just turned it off here, he says he was in law enforcement again, right?
I believe so.
You heard him say that how many times? You remember?
No.
Okay, and did that help him get a little bit of extra treatment and not to arrest him because he's in law enforcement?
No.
So he got special treatment just because. So you're saying, so if he yelled at me first, if he came out and started yelling at me first, wouldn't he be disorderly also?
No.
Because you can. So you're saying it's unlawful only to yell if you're protesting or if you're standing on a sidewalk and offending somebody and you're protesting something, that's not freedom of speech to you.
You can't infringe upon the rights of others, such as someone's right to their peace. And someone coming out to address you to try to maintain their peace is completely reasonable.
You think it would have been more reasonable if you guys just would have released him faster and or not putting him in handcuffs at all, or not telling me to go to the sidewalk so could have stayed there recording it and then we could have left together? Would that be more reasonable to do?
I'm trying to make sense of your question here.
So basically, yeah, I can rephrase it. So basically what I'm trying to get at is if this was all caused because he arrested Pigs Under Pressure, Roy, and he took his badge off and wanted to fight him. All this is because of that. If that wouldn't have happened and you wouldn't have arrested him, you would have allowed us both to walk off the property. We would have walked off and left, correct?
We tried to get you to leave. That's why, even though he was
Okay.
in handcuffs, he was released. And you started yelling, even though he was out of handcuffs.
But
You started yelling and protesting out, even though he was out of handcuffs.
correct. But he was
Even more unreasonable.
he was still detained in my eyes. I didn't know he was free to go. So I thought, because you can detain someone with handcuffs or without handcuffs, correct?
Yes, we can, but he
So-
wouldn't be holding his camera.
Yeah, well, after he was holding his gimbal down, not even up at that time. So you could have just arrested him and had him stand there and not put handcuffs on him at all. He would have still been under arrest, even though he didn't have handcuffs on, right?
If somebody's under arrest, they're in handcuffs.
But then you could release him out of handcuffs and still have him detained until you say he's free to go, right?
So, yeah, that can happen.
And it does
That
happen.
happened here.
Yeah, it didn't happen here, but it does happen a lot. When you find the guy's not a flight risk, and the reason to put him in handcuffs is for what purpose? The torture? What's the purpose of putting him in handcuffs?
To prevent escape.
To prevent escape. But escape is really what you wanted. You wanted us to leave, right?
Well, it got to the point where we didn't see any other option because neither of you guys were, number one, leaving, and number two, ceasing, causing a disturbance to the point where multiple tenants started to getting involved. Where I didn't see any other option but to arrest you guys.
After we left. So
No, you only started leaving after you heard me say it's time.
yes, I remember you saying that because it's on your body worn camera now. But so what makes you think I heard that then? I never heard you say that until I got your body worn camera. How do you think that I heard that? I'm standing by Prince, which is a busy road, right?
It is a busy road.
And there's cars going by. And you probably don't know this, but I was in the military in nuclear weapons, and I had GBSs blown up in my ear. So I don't hear very good. So especially in traffic, extra noise makes it so I don't hear anything hardly. So I never heard you say that. I was walking away with Roy because he said to me, just go ahead and go, because we knew you wasn't at that point going to arrest him for assaulting me. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. So I was gonna go making a complaint another way, and we just started walking away, and then that's when you guys arrested us. Once I got back to his car. So you got to admit I got back to his car, and you can't tell me that I heard you say that because I did not. You know.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about this in court for sure, but I still, like I said, I have so much to get around. How many more minutes you got left?
I'll give you like 10 more minutes. That's the best I can do.
Okay, well let's use that time to figure out a time to redo it again. Can we talk again tomorrow?
No, there won't be another interview because we are covering the entirety of the disorderly conduct. We're already up to the arrest, and at that point, there's nothing further to cover.
No, we ain't even got.
I'm still talking. I am not going to cover anything regarding your arrest that you made a complaint on. So, in other words, from the moment that you guys went into handcuffs, I will not be answering any questions regarding any of that. Okay? So.
And why?
Because I'm answering questions pertaining to your arrest and the charges. All right? So we are up to that point.
No, we're not. You ain't arrested me yet. I'm still walking away.
Because OPS has already already investigated all your complaints and closed the case. So I won't be adding any information to it that is unnecessary. So if you want to continue with questions up to the arrest, go ahead.
So basically, though, I have questions on the detainment too, and other things that were said, and I ain't even got to the arrest yet. I'm getting there right now, getting there real close, but I'm under the understanding that I can go over all of this evidence, and there's a mountain of evidence. There's several officers, and I'm just trying to get through your body worn camera with you, and we're only at the 2640 mark. So I have a whole lot of more questions. So I'm really going to need more time. There ain't nothing I can do in 10 minutes to finish up here. So
I'll give you a little more then. Let's keep going.
Okay. All right. So because I ain't even got to your report. I got your report right here. I have a whole lot of questions on that. So let's see. Let's go here. So we're at 2640, right?
Correct.
On your body worn camera. Okay, let's play.
I forgot his name too, but he's a regular auditor. So
Okay, go ahead and stop it at 2651.
Okay.
That's about the 15th time I heard you say auditor. I want to get to, what is your definition of an auditor?
It's an individual that basically cop watches. It's not a positive or a negative term. It's just a term to define individuals like yourself that are First Amendment auditors, that First and Fourth Amendment auditors that follow officers and film them.
And Mitch Kagan is an independent auditor for the police department, right?
I'm sorry, your phone clipped. I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mitch Kagan, he's the independent auditor for the police department, right?
Yes.
When you're using that term for him, what does it mean?
Civilian independent auditor.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you could say the same thing about me, right? I'm a civilian independent auditor.
sure.
But have you ever heard me say myself claim to be an auditor?
No.
And that name is kind of forced on me, and they say it throughout the thing, throughout this your body worn camera and other ones, the auditors, and you talk about the reason they put the tape up is because of auditors and stuff like that, right?
Correct.
So mainly auditors, basically, in your view, have a camera, correct? They use a camera as a device.
Yes.
And is it against the law to film Tucson police officers?
No.
So, and when I first got on that property, I wasn't trespassed to your knowledge, right? I had a reasonable right to be there at the time when I entered the property, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So, so as you know, I was never, as far as you know, I was never asked to leave. So I was allowed on the property the whole time, really, because I was never asked to leave. So basically, I could have went back on that property, correct?
You'll have to ask Chandler. He developed probable cause for trespass.
Yes, Chandler and Aguilar both was there at that time, but yes, and I'll be. And he's not in your chain of command, right, Chandler?
Correct. He's not in my squad.
So is there a way that he's the only one that ain't got back with me? Aguilar's not in your squad now, is he?
Yes, he is.
Okay, he is. Okay, so I'm going to be interviewing him next Friday at 3:00. And I really need to get Chandler in the mix too. Has Chandler got the same hours as you guys, Friday through Monday at 3 on? Is he the same schedule?
No, not the exact same schedule, but I'll get with him and have him email you.
So you work out of the same place he does? You're on the one on Miracle Mile, right?
Yes.
And Aguilar is too, if he works with you, correct?
Yes.
And then Chandler, where does he work out of?
The same.
The same. Okay, because on his initial thing it said East. Did he used to be on the East squad?
I don't know.
Okay, so but he's there now, and at the time this happened, he was on the West at the time this incident happened, right?
Correct.
So, and that's called Division 2, right?
Yes.
West Side Division 2 or that. Okay, so we're now at 26:51. Go ahead and hit play.
TU5. Just if they start to fight or anything, let us handle it, okay?
Nah,
All right.
I'm off work. I don't want no.
No, I know.
I just don't want. I got my 10-year-old son in town.
Let me get one more unit to the entrance here. Reference the case number he just pulled.
This is ridiculous, man.
All right, stop it at 27:22.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, at 27:22, now you're putting handcuffs on Roy, right?
Correct.
And his disorderly conduct is the same as mine. Is for what did he do that was allowed that got disorderly conduct?
It was already covered and adjudicated, so it's basically agitating the same victims.
Okay, and was his disorderly conduct noise like mine?
You can ask him. I'm not going to go into his case. I'd like you to focus on yours.
Did you? So you don't know? He was arrested for 3 things. I believe you told Officer Chandler to do disorderly conduct, and he gave him trespassing also and failure to ID, correct?
Yes.
And he was doing the same thing to me. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so he kept calling me John Doe every time I said my name was Mark Brown. So,
Okay.
20. Do you know 13-28? I'm sorry, 13-2412.
Yes.
And can you tell me basically what that says?
It's failure to ID when lawfully detained.
Yes. And when you're, what do you have to give when you're lawfully detained?
Their true full name.
Correct. And is it, yes. And nothing else, right? True full name. Right? Just your true. So in my case, Mark Brown would be, if I said I was Mark Brown, then that would be given my true full name, right?
Yes, but I don't know at what point you finally gave it. This is a question for Chandler.
Yes. So, yes. So, but you're his boss and you told him to arrest us for disorderly conduct, but he added both charges and then on both of us, but then took it away on me, correct? You remember that?
Took it away? No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. He gave 3 charges on Roy, but I was still, when I was in the back seat of the car, I was still live streaming. And you know that, right?
Yeah.
And you watched that live stream at some point?
I don't believe I watched the whole thing.
Did you watch it that night? Did you watch any of my live stream at all? That same night?
Yes, I watched the one that that we talked about before. I pulled a copy of it so I could submit it as evidence. So I could submit the case, reference a possible assault to the detectives for review.
And who's the one that you gave that to investigate the assault?
Sergeant Peak. It's P-E-A-K. He is the detective sergeant in charge of the detectives assigned to the West Side Division here.
Okay, you have his badge number?
Yeah, hang on. 50473.
All right, say it one more time, please.
50473.
All right, great. So, so he's the one who investigated it. Do you know, and that investigation is closed?
Yes, it is closed.
So he investigated it and then put it to the city attorney. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how can I? Do you know how I go about getting that report?
Just from the records division. It's the report number that you already have.
Okay, so I put in my report number, and then I can get that from that.
Correct.
All right, that's going to be good to know. So I'll be able to request that as discovery and be able to have that before my trial, wouldn't I?
Yes.
All right, so let's go on. Are you still able to go a little bit longer?
Yes.
So can we go ahead and set up another time?
I'm going to have to confer with my attorney, the city attorney, to see if I've given you enough time or not. We've gone through the
Yeah,
entire-
it's not a time. We ain't got there yet. We only got through your body worn camera. I still got to go through your whole report, and I got a couple of the other reports to ask. It'd be nice if you did refresh up because you were the sergeant on the other reports like Aguilar's, Chandler's, and I think Montaños was there. And then the other one just to find out, because I have a few questions on them that I ain't got to yet. I have a whole stack on this side of me that I ain't even got to yet. And that's mainly what I still got is a bunch of questions about that. And because you admit that you was the sergeant on scene, so you would admit that you have more knowledge than any of these other guys on the whole case as a whole, right?
It's a weird way of saying it, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically I'm saying that they can look at their own reports, but you can look at your report and all of theirs, correct?
Right.
Can they look at their other people's reports or only their own?
They can look at their own, they can look at everybody's, but nobody is going to testify to somebody else's report.
Yes.
Like, in other words, like, for example, you're asking me about stuff that Chandler did. You know, well, Chandler developed probable cause, so I'm not going to look at his report and then quote you stuff from his report when you're going to interview him anyway.
Yes, I understand that too. So, but there's a lot of things that Chandler did and Aguilar did and you did that are all the same. You was all there at the same time. So I'll be asking you both about all that and how you interacted and stuff. But so anyway, so let's get back. To we're at 2722. Okay.
Okay.
And let's hit play.
So, bro, I left the property when you said. Come on, man. I left the property when you said.
No.
I even ran off.
Yes.
Why am I in handcuffs again, sir?
Well, because you had the opportunity to leave.
And I did.
Yeah,
I did.
but even though you're in a public space, which you were, you still decided to scream obscenities.
No, I did not. I did not yell at you.
It's on camera, man. It's on
Bro,
camera.
I did.
It's on your camera too. You're screaming obscenities upstairs to them in our presence.
No,
you did not need to do that, man. So here's the bottom line.
I never said anything to the guy upstairs.
Here's the bottom.
All right, stop it right there.
Okay.
We're at 2752.
Okay.
Okay, and you just accused him of screaming obscenities, right?
Yep, you heard me.
Yep. And what obscenities did you hear Roy scream?
You know, we already went through Roy's case. It's already gone to court. He was found guilty on all charges. So I'm not going to answer any of your questions regarding Roy.
Well, he was right next to me.
Only your arrest.
So he didn't. I'm just asking. Was I the only one screaming obscenities? Was it Roy too? Was it?
You both were. That's why you were both arrested.
So can you tell me what obscenities he was screaming?
No, I'm not going to do that. All right?
Because you don't know.
Roy's case is over. Of course I know.
Okay, what obscenity? I just want to know what.
He was just found guilty of it.
For what?
I am not going to. I'm for disorderly conduct and trespass. So I'm not going to comment on it. I'm going to comment on your behavior, your arrest, and that's it.
Okay, hit the play button.
Fine. Okay, you can take that to court. I'll see you in court. Here's the bottom line: is you're gonna get a disorderly conduct ticket for today. For your just you could have left. We were done, man. We were done. And then instead, you come up here and you start screaming obscenities at them in our presence. You are aggravating the situation. You're preventing.
Okay, stop it.
The bottom line is that we are not going to continue watching video of my interaction with Roy because I did not have any interaction with you from here on out. So
Yes, you did.
I think it's a good time to end.
No, there's more interaction with me. You have a lot of interaction with me when I'm there. So we're only.
No, I didn't. I mean,
Yes.
You can watch
It's on your body worn camera. I'm not even arrested yet.
after this. I leave.
Okay, we're at 2811 right now. Right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's continue at 2811. I ain't even been arrested yet. So if you want to go ahead and let's end it here, you're going to consult. Can we continue to talk by email and pick another time? Or can we go ahead and pick one now?
You know, I'll give you till 5:30. It's been 2.5 hours. If you can get questions regarding your arrest, go for it. But
There's no, what time is it now? Oh, it's 5:23. Yeah, 7 minutes. Like I said, I ain't even got to your report yet. So 7 minutes is not even going to do anything for me to help me. I'm just now getting the part. I ain't been arrested yet on this thing. I'm going to go to the. I got your primary officer, Justin Dial. So I got your narrative right here. Let's start with that next time. There's too much to go over. 7 minutes is not going to do any good with me to do this. So you want to go ahead and play a little more on this, or you want to stop it right here at 2811?
do you have any more questions regarding the body-worn camera footage of your arrest?
Yes, I do. So we can continue. You want to continue on the?
We continue till 5:30.
Okay, go ahead and hit play.
Okay.
Us from helping this poor family that just had a death. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're getting a ticket, okay? And if you decide not to sign the ticket, book you all day long, and I'll put your camera into property. You hear me? This is your chance to sign it and walk away and let us go about our business, helping this poor family.
All right, stop at 28:30.
Okay.
Okay. And you're telling him and us, is that directed at me too? We should be ashamed of ourselves for what we're doing. Is that what you said?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm talking directly to Roy, but I do believe you should be ashamed of yourself.
Because so I should be ashamed. We should be ashamed of ourselves for the way we was treated, or just showing up there at all. Because remember, you arrested Roy for just standing there, right?
No, I did not arrest Roy for just standing there.
Oh yeah, Chandler did. Chandler
Why
did.
he was found? Okay, all right. No, he was arrested for trespassing, for refusing to leave upon request.
Okay.
And disorderly conduct.
But refusing to leave, which he did leave, and refusing to leave a public sidewalk?
No, earlier. That's why he was found guilty. All right, move on.
All right.
I can't put the cigarette in my pocket. When I knock that cherry off in my pocket, that's what I don't want to do.
I'll take care of it.
I'm not gonna litter in front of you.
We're not gonna hit you for littering, man.
No, you just got me for fucking disorderly conduct for free speech. You're turning a constitutionally protected activity into a crime. That is the pure definition of violation of USC Title 18, Section 241, 242, conspiracy to violate my rights.
All right,
You
let's,
just conspired to violate my
Hey,
rights.
Chandler,
Like nothing but love,
they're
man.
detaining him over there. He might need a car if he doesn't want to walk back here. So disorderly conduct, one count. Disorderly conduct.
Yes.
Let me stop you here. So as of right now, the arrest is made and done. So anything regarding your detention goes into complaint territory, which has already been investigated and dismissed by OPS.
Okay, I'm not I'm not arrested yet.
At this point, I am pretty much done with this interview, and I will email my legal advisor to see if I need to give you another one.
Is that still Rebecca Kaysen?
It's been 2.5 hours, and we got through the entirety of my body-worn camera footage.
No, we did not.
I explained multiple times. Well, the entirety of my body-worn camera footage as it pertains to you and your arrest. The detention is not your arrest. So we covered the probable cause. So as of right now, I'm going to end it. I'm going to email my legal advisor, and I'll just get back to you.
Yep. So I still got your whole report. So let her know that I still have your whole report. And we stopped at 29:05 on the on your body worn camera.
Okay. So I'll CC you on the email to her, basically explaining that we had an 2.5 hour interview and what we gone through and what we still need to get through, according to you, to see if it's something we need to do or if I met my obligation. Okay?
All righty.
But I've got officers chasing somebody right now, and I've got to go.
All righty. And then go ahead and email me back when you know what to do. Or you can call me. You got my number.
Right. Well, if she says yes, we got to go forward with another interview, then we'll set a time.
Well, either way, call me and let me know. By email or call me, one of the two, just let me know what's going to happen.
Yes, I'll CC you on the email so you'll know when we're enough.
All righty. All right. All right. We'll let you go. Bye. All right, guys. Did you hear any of that? I mean, I know it was real low. I think he was doing that on purpose. I was holding that up to you guys. So put a 1 if you could hear him, what he was saying. I sure hope so, because that really defeats the purpose of doing this interview if I don't have a record of it, because I was doing it mostly by live stream. So you did hear him, good. You heard all the bullshit, 1.5. Matt R., he heard a lot of bullshit. He heard 0.5 more bullshit than you guys. Oh, 420. Yes, you're exactly right, but I passed that. But I don't know if you guys all know, but right here is my green screen. My green screen is more than anything else. It's the green room behind there. This is a marijuana grow, and they're in budding right now. So let me show you here. And I'm never far from my bong. I really got to go out in the room. I have another barrier in between that. But I am in budding right now. And of course, when I'm at home working, I was doing bongs behind the scene here. So I know YouTube frowns on doing bongs online or live. And I've been, not copyright strike, but I've been, had my stuff, not for kids and all that stuff. And they take it down all the ways. So they don't like you doing bong hits. I want to do a marijuana grow session on teaching people how to clone, how to build a grow room, how to do all that. So, because I got a grow room, and I think I showed it on my last stream. I can't remember which one it was, but I do remember showing it here.
Can I turn on the AC?
Yep. Yeah, I had to turn the AC off because you guys couldn't hear. So I suffered for you guys. I sat in this little hot box in my office here and suffered for you guys. Let me turn this down here. So basically, I turned it off because just the air conditioner on, it made it so it was real hard to hear. I'm glad you're able to hear it, and I'm going to go back and look, because every time he was talking, I was picking up the, it was a Bluetooth, JBL Bluetooth, I was picking that up and holding it right by the phone, because I had a hard time hearing him, and I don't hear all that great. But anyway, I'm going through my storeroom, which is a buffer before my grow room, and right here is my swamp cooler. So this room feeds a swamp cooler. Now in the spring and the fall, I cool my whole house with this. But right now it's monsoon season. The humidity is high, so this is only doing my grow room, and my house is done with the air conditioning as soon as the monsoon hit. So here's my grow room. Let me go ahead and turn it around so you can see that. I'm about probably 5 weeks into budding. You can look and see how they're taller than me. They're about 7 foot tall. You can see they're taller than me. I'm 6'8". So all these plants are close to 7 foot tall. Let's see if I can zoom in on some of the buds. I ain't started trimming off the sucker leaves yet. I'm getting ready to. Some of them are turning brown. They turn brown right at the end of the stage. These were too close to the light, as you can see. Right now, I'm only doing natural light. I got 3 light trackers in this room, and I got hydroponics. So if you look right here, I'm doing hydroponic pineapples. So that's only hydroponic. There's no soil involved in this at all. This is probably about a year old. This one here has got little baby ones. I got other ones I'm just starting here. Pineapple, hydroponic, just in a deep dish hydroponic, sitting in the water right here. And then I got 4 little tiny pineapple plants that I just started. So I'm starting to do pineapple in here too, just because I got an extra room. Let me show you over here. All this I'm going to do pineapple. These are all hydroponics stations right here. Let me show you. There's 6 of them. So these are all hydroponic stations, and I'm doing just deep water with the pineapple. But when I was doing the marijuana, I was doing more than deep water. What I was doing was I got aerators that aerate each one, and then I got pumps that move the water through each one all the time. So I was doing the deep water mixed with the aerating, just like you do in a fish tank, aerating each one, and then I was doing the pump that pumped water over. But I switched all mine to pot. It's just so much harder to do hydroponic. It takes a lot of work. You got to get your chemical right. So it was growing too fast in some ways. When I was doing my experiments, it was going so much faster than the pot ones that I had to switch back to pots for now. But I'm going to continue experimenting with the hydroponics because it does go faster. But I got a lot of them white flies when I was doing too much hydroponics because it was going so fast and they was growing into each other. But as you see, I got circulation fans here. There's here's a light tracker. There's one right here, 2, and then there's a 3rd one back here where the hydroponics are. And right now I'm only using natural light because I'm budding, and I put this curtain on the end, and I'm getting ready to close the curtain on this end because right now we're getting like 16 to 18 hours of sunlight, and I got to get it to 12. And I'm doing an experiment. I could use auto buds in this stage. I'm doing an experiment to see if I can bud right in the middle of the summer. This is the first time I did that, and it looks like it's going to be successful. I won't know until the end, but it's going real good right now. It's budding real fast, and I think in about another 3 weeks I'll be harvesting. Some of them are going faster than others, but I will be harvesting in about 3 weeks probably, and then starting the cure process. So I really won't be smoking any of what I got here for at least probably 2 months. Because curing, first you got dry, and then you got to cure, and there is a whole lot to it. So let me read some of the. Oh, I got Stephen V. I got 400 up to 1,000. All my ballasts have switches. So right at the end I had it on the 400, but I can put it on 600, 800, or 1,000. One of my ballasts has super lumens that go over 1,000 watts, and I don't put it on that much, mostly in the veg state, not in the budding state. And I switched from sodium to sodium vapor, high pressure sodium when you're budding, of course. But right now, I only did that for the first 2 weeks, and then I just switched it off because I'm using all natural light right now. And I don't hardly pay any electric bill right now anyway, because I have solar on my house, and my electric bill for that part is usually under 50 bucks. So anyway, let me see if any comments here. I got to get going. And he's probably not going to do another interview, but there's no way I got through all his stuff. So if he doesn't continue the interview, then I'm going to continue to find him in contempt. He's probably watching that right now. But green weed, she says. Cheryl likes the weed, right? One of these days, everyone in here that can get to Tucson will all meet up and smoke weed. There's a place in Tucson now. Remember, I used to run the 420 Social Club, and I did that for 4.5, 5 years. But that was before it was legal for everybody. You know, we only did it when we started, when there was only 10,000 card holders. That's the only people that could come to our club, is that 10,000 that had a card holder, and most of them lived in Phoenix. And then it went to about 200,000, and then it got legal. Now everybody over 21 can come into a club or can smoke marijuana if you're over 21. If you're under 21, you can still get a card, but you can't smoke. You can smoke with a card, and but you still can't go into most of the clubs. When we had our club, you could. We even had someone in there under, that was when they started 17, because they had, from their parents, they got a marijuana card and they paid the membership and they had permission to be there. So you can do that, but now it's 21 and older for most of the marijuana clubs that got going. There's one nice one that's over off of Tango Verde. I really like that one. And every Thursday night we try to go over there, because they got Jeter Day. It's like a joint to smoke. And I'm getting ready to smoke one right now. It's a joint that's in oil, like shatter, and then it's rubbed in keef. Let me show you. Oh yes, guys. You see all that little fuzzy stuff on here? Where's the camera? That's a Jeter, and that is a good one. You can have both. They can't take away rights. That's what I agree, but let's see. What does Aaron Queen say? Aaron Queen, try to do that in another country. Be glad you live here. Remember, I'm the one that was actually helped fight for these rights here, guys. You don't leave the country. You fight it to make it right. But you can do it in other countries. Amsterdam beat us by a long way. There's a lot of countries that was better than us on that, but we're catching up. The U.S. is the one that started the war on drugs and made all these other countries do that. So I do agree that we have some freedoms here, and it was hard-fought freedoms. The drug war was a sham. It threw a lot of innocent people in jail. It ruined a lot of lives for 30 years. I grew up with a drug war going. I'm from Kansas. They still don't let it. They still throw people in jail for it, And so does Arizona. If you're not 21 and you don't have a card, they'll still arrest you just the same as before. So that's that. Stupid Tucson laws. But yes, it's really Arizona laws. But let me see if I got a lighter here. And I'm lighting up a Jeter. How's that?
Ukraine's arsenal is lowered into the water. Moored out into the open water. Under the control of this pilot, who after we don't show his face, call sign Shark. This is Ukraine's
I gotta light it. I'm just sitting right in front of the fan.
attack Russia in the Black Sea. They've never been shown to the public before.
So it's hard to light. So this is really just tobacco. All you government guys watching,
Hit a target
so you don't YouTube strike me.
500 miles away.
A jeter because it looks like a bat.
Sharp tells us.
Oh, is that right, and Queen? Is that why they named it Jeter? I didn't know the name for it,
Drones out hunting.
but on Thursday night they got 2-for-1 Jeters at Green Meds on Tucson. It's on Tango Verde in Tucson. So every Thursday night you can go down there and buy 1 gram Jeter and get it's 2-for-1. Then they give you 2 half grams for free. So for every 1 Jeter you buy, you get 2 half grams for free. This is a 1 gram one.
Targeting the flagship.
You really don't need more than a half gram, especially when you're by yourself. I usually smoke a few hits and then put it out.
Reconnaissance, among other
Medical marijuana in Oklahoma, yes. And I know, Kansas is going to be the last one. Kansas and Texas. All around Kansas, it's legal now. Missouri, Colorado, of course, Oklahoma now. And I think even Nebraska. I believe they started already. But nope, not Kansas. Kansas blows big time. I'm from there, and I really can't say I've ever lived there in my adult life. I left there when I was 20 years old and never been back to live. And that's why, because they blow. You're absolutely right, Brandon Mitchell. And Arizona blew too until, 3 years ago. We just got it for recreational 3 years ago. Before that, you had to get a card. It's still the same in Kansas, yeah. Hey, Jim City. Hey, I ain't seen you in a while. I don't know why you ain't a moderator. Everyone's a moderator in here. I don't even trolls, because I don't like people. As you guys know, all you moderators here know, I don't like people taking away, their freedom of speech. Let them say whatever they want to say in my chats. I do not care. That's why I make more people moderator. The worst thing somebody says, as long as you're not spamming, you're not threatening and putting people, threatening people's lives and doing all that, and I let it go. I don't, I am a true freedom of speech guy. So there's certain things, if you start putting, just spamming people's address or phone number and stuff like that, or keep advertising, because I had a problem for a while. People kept putting sex things on there, porn sites in my chat, and I had to go get rid of every time they did that, so we clean ourselves. That's right. But I really appreciate all you guys in here, and every one of you is a moderator, and that's why I do it, so nobody else can time you out. That's a good Jeter, guys. So anyway, we're going to continue with Justin Dial. I am not done with him. If he wants to play that game, we covered everything, then we're going to go that route, but you wait till trial. I'm going to have him on the stand for 5 to 10 hours. So if he wants to play that game, I'm trying to do it this way so we can get some of the actual court time. Remember, he kept mentioning he just finished up with Pup. He was in there sitting there for, I think it went 4 days, 3 or 4 days. He was in there about 5 hours in that waiting room, sitting on his fat ass doing nothing, getting paid. All them guys were back there. They let all of us use the room, but I didn't go back in there. I went down and waited because I knew I was going to be the last. I was on the last day. So, but I'm going to have him on the stand a lot. They're going to be objecting, and I've been studying how they're trying to do it. I have a whole bunch of relevant questions because he's been there. He was there the whole time. He's the one that decided that we had, that our free speech was disorderly. He is the main one on the disorderly conduct charge, and Chandler is the one on the trespassing charge, like you heard. Anybody want to hit? Here. Where's it at here? There you go. Take a hit, fast. And that's a good thing about these things. They don't go out. Kind of worries me about the chemicals they put in there to keep that going. I sure hope it's shatter, because I used to take bong hits and I put shatter on top, And when you do that, it stays lit. You don't have to relight it. Shatter on top of bong hits, even a little chunk will melt down in there and stay lit forever. Same thing with bubble hash or any type of concentrate, wax, keef, any of that stays lit better. How work going, Anna Banana? Oh, I heard you say you might be coming to Tucson, Anna Banana. If you do, look me up or just start cop watching going live. I'll find you guys. So, keef, correct. Steve W. I like keef. Smell quality check. It smells good. What do you think when you guys took your hit? I'll give you another one, another chance. Oh, that was good. Don't take too many hits, guys. I don't want all my audience stoned. I don't want you acting like me, guys. It's dangerous to act like me, stoned or sober. But I really don't try, like when I go to court and stuff, sometimes I'll try not to smoke nothing at all. Because the problem is, that's when I'm the maddest and that's when I give them hell. If they knew, they would send me joints. They would say, smoke before you come to court, you know, but a lot of times I don't just for that reason, so I can be angry. Can't be relaxed and I'm getting dizzy. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I moving it too much? Hey, it's on a gimbal, guys. You shouldn't be getting dizzy. Anyway, anyone want to say something before I get out of here? Matt R was one of them. One of the what? Stoners or cops? Or a stoner cop? Because there's a lot of them stoner cops. They're in the closet still, but technically they can come out of the closet and still keep their job. But oink oink, Matt says. Gym City News says, good people I met in the desert. Yes, there's a lot of good people in the desert. But I'm working on other projects too, you know. I've been working on big projects as far as like building my grow room. I built 2 bathrooms. I just put the ceiling on this. Let me go up. It's all tongue and groove. See, all tongue and groove. Let me turn it around. I put in a jacuzzi tub that's long enough for me. Like it's what, 70, I think it's 74 inches. I could lay in there, jacuzzi tub. And I could face it on the TV. I could have a jacuzzi. But I ain't used it much because I can't soak my feet. It won't be long before I'll be able to because of my foot problems. But I just did all this. This is the only thing we had. We got this sink about 4 years ago, and it was just sitting in storage. That's the first thing I put, and then I made the rest to match that. And we got this for free. A nice one too. Look, it's one of them ones that it closes by itself. All these doors close by themselves. And that's what I started with. That was gave to one of my friends because he bought it and it came broken off on the bottom one leg, and they sent him a whole new one and said keep this one. So I fixed this one, and there it is. And the broken leg you can't even see. And of course, as you can see on this bathroom, I built it up 4 inches because I'm tall. So they only make these things one side. They don't go over, like I think it's 19 inches is the tallest toilet you can get. But I did this whole wall, all these walls here. And them walls. And then I built that, our storeroom out there. I just been doing a lot of things like that.
Right. So Arizona summertime.
So if you look, we had a lot of wind. We can show you my patio. We had a lot of wind. It blew down a lot of the mesquite beans. Look, they're everywhere now. We got to go rake up the mesquite beans. They mostly got them all off the trees now. Mesquite trees. I got one big one in the middle. I got a bunch of them on this property. There's another big one. This was only like 5 foot tall when I moved in here. Now look at it. And that's it. And this here, guys, this is a 1948 Bowles Air. Look at that. And I got the title for this. Oh, let's see here. There it is. See, read that number. The date is in the number. Remember, Bowles Air, they went out of business. Them and Airstream was competing. Both of them was making things built to last. They worked themselves out of a job. They made them too good. This was made from surplus aluminum after World War II. That's why this is a collector's item. I had to move it over here and then build it in. So if you look, this gate, so I can close this gate and make this a fortress back here. But if you look right here, see, this is locked in there. So I use this handle to unlock it. So then I can close it and lock it this way and keep anyone from coming back here. Because, I mean, this is, if you get back here, this is my grow room, of course, right there. So I open, all these have screen doors on all my doors here. So I close these sliding glass doors and let everything go through the house in the spring and the fall. And then I open these up when monsoon season hits. So standing right here, all that cool air is coming out of here. And then here's where all my water dumps that go through the hydroponics. And I put fluid in that, so hydroponic fluid, every now and then, depending on what stage I'm in. And then I use that to water my plants. But all the water, and I think that's full right now, but all the water goes into there, and I change that about once a day. I had a clean machine that pumps out 3 times a day, makes roughly, sometimes as much as 10 gallons a day. And I use that to water all my other stuff too. But there's a shower back there. There's my jacuzzi. And if you see up there, that's what heated the jacuzzi, the hot water from that, so I don't have to pay a big gas bill. That's what heated the jacuzzi. And then there's a shower right behind that thing there. And there's a weight bench that's been collecting dust ever since they ripped my shoulder out. And even before, because I was focused on doing digging projects, and I got this whole property on gray water. So the only thing that goes in there, basically the toilet and the kitchen, all the rest goes into my gray water. Every time I take a shower, it waters all my my orange trees, and I got pear apple trees here. And if you want to look right here, these are Asian pears, otherwise known as pear apples. And I got a whole bunch of them on here already, as you can see. And then a bunch of oranges. They're really green. I got a bunch of orange trees. But we get a whole bunch of oranges every year off of our trees. So here's the back side. There's my boat there. And you guys most know I got a El Camino that's already restored, 100% restored, new everything. Transmission, I've had that since 1990, my El Camino. And it still starts right up. I just had it rebuilt probably less than 300 miles ago, because I ain't been driving it much. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll keep you informed if we have to go more. There ain't no time limit on it. It's really that I need to get through everything. So this guy's going to lie his ass off on the stand, just like, And we're going to have to go through all the videos, and then we'll be able to. So, all right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Let me read the comments first. Chemically not fine. See, look, this thing's still going. It's about out, though. I smoked the whole gram one by myself. Let's see here. You're welcome, Cheryl. So, yep, come back on the next one. I got next Friday at 3 o'clock, I got Aguilar. So, we love you too, everybody. Gym City, grab it hard, baked. Yep, let's see. See, do I look baked, guys? Am I baked? This is the way the guy wants me when I'm asking questions, because I'm a lot nicer. I still smoke, but I didn't smoke a Jeter. This is my first Jeter of the day. So I wait to finish this before I let you guys go. There's just that much left. And that's the good thing about these Jeters. They just go out. You don't waste none, because this bottom part is some type of material that it doesn't have any weed inside that. You're new here. Hey, well, I'm glad you're new here and you got a wrench. Good. So this must have been your second time, because I don't remember putting you a wrench today. So this is your second time. I try to make everyone a mod. When I'm doing live streams like that, I'm not reading the text, because I'm focused on all the bullshit he's trying to say. So he wouldn't go over any of his general orders or anything. So, and that's what they're using to keep me from interviewing them. But anyway, all right, guys. Peace out.